great on the transition today. Hey, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I think people can hear me. I think so. You can hear me. Chat room can hear me. Hey, it's episode 79 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. We're watching the Final Destination tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! We're good.
We are good.
Yeah, the date today is, 1 second. Yeah, with just a bit of a tech glitch there at the beginning, which is why I was just making sure everything was all right. Hey, the date today is Monday, July the 20th, 2020, 7:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Dave McRae, coming to you live from the VoiceMann Studios in Toronto, Canada. He's Tony Michael, coming to you from the Tony Two Times Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know. Tony Two Times Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, this is 79. We're up to 79 episodes.
Man, getting close to that big 100.
Crazy stuff. And tonight we are watching a 2000 horror classic, I guess, Final Destination.
This was pretty much the bookend of the Scream to Final Destination run for us there in the late, mid to late 90s to early 2000. You had The Ring come after this, but as far as the teeny bopper style movies that they were doing of the time of the mid 90s to early, this sort of put the cap on.
COVID.
I swear to God, no. I took a few hits beforehand, and it's like a delayed. But
that's what it's like now. I go into the supermarket or something. I've got my mask on, obviously, because it's mandatory here. And, somebody will see me yawn and it's like, or before masks, were mandatory, I'd just be, people are like, And it's like, shut up. I'm yawning. Okay. Calm down. Everybody just calm down.
That was, that CM, that was a good hit. It was definitely a really good hit beforehand. It was just kind of one of those delayed reactions, I guess, because it's one of those good hits. And anyone who knows what I'm talking about, you get it. Anyways, so this was the bookend of it. I know Final Destination did sequels, and I did see part 2. I pretty much checked out after that.
I haven't seen any of the sequels. There is one sequel I know that came out a couple years ago called The Final Destination. I hate when they do that. Like, hey, it's Fast and Furious. It's The Fast and Furious. Stop it. Yeah, stop it. Come on. If that came across my desk, I'd be like, get your fucking lazy ass back into the writer's room and come up with a better fucking title than that. And please, horror movies, stop coming up with a title with your 4 R's: resurgence, redemption, resurrection, return. Come up with something different. Anyway, you're right with what you're saying. Resurrection was 2002, but you're right with the newer sort of teeny bopper sort of
the new that we got.
New stuff.
Yep.
You're right. Final Destination was one of the ones that kind of capped that off in the year 2000.
And it's a good film. I enjoyed it. The first film. I thought it was very creative. It almost was like a weird alternate version to Scream. Like, I felt like at times the movie was aware of itself,
yes.
Especially when you got Candyman there explaining like how death is going to keep finding them, it's going to correct the course that you offset and what, like, I was like, okay, it's, it's pushing the lines of believability, but I thought it was creative. And I thought some of the kills in this film was very creative and true about myself. One of my, if not biggest phobia and fears is plane crash, dying in a plane crash. So like when the first thing happens there, when they, the scene, that shit freaked me out in the theater because just in general, I'm scared of flying, period. Oh yeah. Like my mom shares a story about, when I was a kid and she took us to Disney World, she literally had to drag me onto the plane because I was kicking and screaming. I did not want, and we're talking now when I was like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah. Now we're talking now when you were like 20 27. But you know,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
For whatever reason, it just is. It's probably top of my list of phobias.
Right.
Is flying, and you know, remember too when this came out. We're talking what 2 years after. For those who don't know, there was a flight that left New York called TWA. It was 800 that exploded.
I think it was
very similar to what happens in the movie here.
I think it was before, because I remember when I went to Florida, I think it was this time. I remember myself and Bruce, actually, because we were teenagers in 1996. And we went to Florida to Disney World with my mom and my sister. And I think I remember walking through the Orlando terminal and seeing a TWA flight. And I think I remember making some sort of, you know, of course, you know, you're a teenager and you probably shouldn't be making this. I made some sort of joke, right? You know,
Right.
and I think it was at the expense of what you're talking about. And that was 96. So I don't know when, maybe it was before that, maybe, but I do know what you're talking about, though. Yes, I do know what you're talking about. And it was, yeah, that was, I can't say I'm afraid to fly. I enjoy flying. You know, I'm afraid of dying. It's like that quote, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling.
Yeah.
You know,
I am the world's probably the worst flyer. Like I'm talking white knuckles or gripped on the seat. I remember one flight here in the recent years for a client I was doing work in Wisconsin for. And I happened to get the freaking seat where the stewardess, like, in case of emergency, do you want to be the one who has to open up the door and, you know, let out people? I'm like, miss,
True.
I am the wrong dude. You need to be assigning this.
Right.
We're going down. My ass is going to be like this, like,
You've never
you know what I mean?
heard
Like,
anybody scream.
I'm like the worst. And so I begged. I said, could you trade? You know, I don't want that type of responsibility. Like, can you please trade me? I will switch seats. And thankfully, there was a cool dude who realized, like, he saw how much I don't like to fly.
Right. Good for him.
Bro, just switch with me and we're good. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, back when, you know, the world was still civil with each other.
Well, you know, if it was going down, I mean, you would have a Jesse from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 type of scream. I mean, I think that's what it was.
Oh, dude, I'd blow his scream away, man. You would want to record it because I'd give Jamie Lee Curtis a run for her fucking money.
Right, right. Cool. Yeah, I can't say I'm afraid to fly, but you know, it always does cross your mind. You know, when you get on the plane and you're like, you know, I mean, anything could happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But
So
certainly,
if I have to come up there, my ass is driving, bro.
well, yeah, and hopefully the borders can open soon because they just announced that the borders will remain closed until the 21st of August now. Yeah. I have a feeling that that's going to extend into September, maybe even October. I don't. Yeah. I mean, some people up here are even saying just keep it closed to the end of the year. I mean, that's what some people are saying, and it's like. It's crazy stuff. But anyway, yeah, so we are watching Final Destination tonight. Also, a reminder, of course, the Indiegogo campaign for It's Me, Billy is live. Of course, most of you probably already know that. We're doing very well. We still have about 45 days to go. We've reached 56% of our production budget. Things have slowed down a lot over the last week or so. Some people are like,
bro, 60%.
It is.
Good.
You know, some people are like, Dave, aren't you, you know, worried? And I'm like, well, no, because this is what we came out strong right out of the gate. And I said to you at the very beginning of all this, I said, these types of campaigns have ebbs and flows. This type of pace is not sustainable. You know, we're not going to be making 10% a day. People were really excited about it. The novelty has begun to wear off. A lot of people have already donated and bought perks and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's now we're sort of in that phase where we got to keep it on people's minds and start spreading it and keeping it out there. But as of right now, we have on the campaign. Oh wait, what's going on here? Are we all right here? Oh yeah, we're okay. Something happened there. Yeah, we're good. We're good. On the campaign, let me just refresh here before we start the movie. We are so 44 days left. We've raised, this is Canadian now, $33,890 Canadian. That's 56% of 60,000. 44 days left, 341 backers. Let's see if we can get, by the end of this stream, let's see, folks, for those of you that are watching, let's see if we can get that to 34,000. It's only $190. Let's see if we can do that. And remember,
Very possible.
Very possible. If you go to the campaign, if you're from the States, I think it's $5 to get to get your name in the end credits. So if you pick the $5 perk, it's $7 if you're Canadian, because obviously our dollar is 74 or 3 cents to the US, so obviously it's a bit more. But if you're in the States, you'll probably see 5 something. If we can get a bunch of people picking that, and maybe 1 or 2 of you buys a Blu-ray or something, we're there. I think it would be awesome if by the end of the stream I looked at that and it said $34,000. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Also, this Saturday, July the 25th, 2020, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 5 hours Eastern Standard Time. Bruce and I are holding our first It's Me Billy-a-thon. It's like a telethon, but it's an It's Me Billy-a-thon. And we are going to be taking nothing but Super Chat questions. And everything raised from the Super Chat questions will go right into the campaign once it comes in. Because obviously I get that once a month. So once that comes in, it'll go right into the campaign. We will announce the total at the end of the stream. We might have a few surprises in the 5 hours there as well. And Bruce will be here with me in studio. We'll have a 2-camera setup, a 2-mic setup. He will be here with me, and we will be your hosts for 5 hours on Saturday, doing the very best we can to raise some money to put towards the It's Me Billy Indiegogo campaign as well. So that is this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this YouTube channel. Make sure you tune into that as well. But yes, we're only I think I said $190 away. I meant $110 away. It says $33,890. I meant $110, not $190. $110 away. If I said $190, I am mistaken. Maybe I said it right. I don't know. But let's see if we can get that up, folks. Let's see if we can get that up. And again, if you have a bit of money that's, maybe burning a hole in your pocket and you don't know what to do with it, although I do know money is very important, especially with what's going on in the world right now. But even if you have $5 or $2 or $10 that you want to toss our way, you can do that on the Indiegogo campaign. There's a little icon if you're on your desktop that says back it, and you can choose as little as $2 to just donate towards the campaign. If you're on your phone, scroll to the end of the perks where it says make a donation. You can do that as well. I think it'd be awesome if we could get to just 34,000 by the end of the stream. I think that would be amazing. Anything you guys can do to help bring Billy back, we really, really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And, it's going to be tough over these next 44 days or so to meet our goal, but we knew that. I mean, we knew that the probability was lower because it's not one of the big things that a lot of people are excited about. It's Black Christmas. There are a lot of people that are excited about it, but, when you're in this position, when you're first beginning, it's tough. But if we can get close, if we can get really, really close, just keep it going up. That's the most important thing. And we'll see where we are come September 2nd or 3rd when the campaign ends. But there's still a lot of time left, and we want to close in on, see if we can get to 60%. Would be great if we were there by this time next week, which would be about 36,000. And then we're closing in on 40,000, which would be amazing. So anyway, I just want to get that out of the way, but let's see if we can get to 34,000 by the end of the stream. Anything you guys can donate would be greatly appreciated. You guys are amazing. All right, Tony, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm going to add this one thing to help you out tonight. Okay. The highest, starting from now to the very end of the stream, the highest super chat that comes in.
Oh, Tony's.
Whoever.
And this is a surprise. Tony did not tell me about this.
He doesn't even know.
Tony did not tell me about this.
Super chat tonight. Whoever that is.
Super chat tonight.
I have no idea who that's going to be. You can pick through one of my images, and as soon as my printing shop opens again, they will be. They're not going out of business, but they're just temporarily closed right now.
Right.
I will have it professionally printed for you, where I get my prints done for my clients at 11 by 17 print, cover all the costs and all that stuff, and I will ship it out to you. You can pick one of the Michael, any
dude.
Any photo that I've done on my Instagram that you see, you're like, hey, dude, I'd really like to have that print so you can hang it in your horror collage wall, whatever. So
See, this is Tony. I really appreciate that, man. See, this, and I had no idea Tony was going to say that. I sincerely did not. Tony just suddenly said this. This is why I love Tony. This is why, if Tony and I were not straight, we'd be married. I mean, this is why.
No, brothers, we'd be brothers.
Okay.
I'd be your delayed twin. I wasn't ready to come out, so I waited 5 days. Nope, not coming out yet. I'm going to wait 5 days.
But seriously, man, I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. That's, that's something that you don't have to do. That's helping, a brother out. And that's really awesome. That is really awesome. So
Michael stuff coming. So you might want to just kind of wait you have to wait because the printing shop doesn't open until the COVID thing gets all situated.
Right. Of course. Of course.
So, but once that is situated here in Georgia and the businesses open up again here, like I said, you just DM me on Instagram so I have your contact info, and then once they open, I'll print whatever photo it is you want, and you can frame it, hang it on your wall or whatever.
Amazing. So to recap, the highest super chat tonight will get a photo from Tony's Instagram that they want printed up. It will be an 11 by 7
inches, because we do inches here. I don't
know. Sorry, 11 by 17. Excuse me.
Yeah,
that's right. No. Yeah, well, technically it's centimeters here, but nobody goes by that. Nobody goes by that. If I'm in a store and they're like, yeah, it's 36 by 42 centimeters, I'm like, what is it in inches? I do. And everybody up here is like, I don't know why we have the metric system up here. I really don't. The only thing we do go by that I go by a lot would be kilometers.
Okay. Yeah, we do miles.
Yeah, exactly. But centimeters or millimeters, no, it's inches and feet. You know what I mean? Dave, you're 178 centimeters. I'm 5'8", okay? Just relax. Right? Anyway, it's like, fuck that centimeter garbage. And pounds too. Like, it's not like hey, I'm, 65 kilograms. No. It's pounds, But anyway, yeah, amazing. We'll announce that again at the end of the movie when we move over to the super chats.
I'm going to talk to you about something off camera and see if we can work this out as even a much bigger prize for one of you lucky folks to even be a part of something.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Let's get this movie underway. So we are watching Final Destination. I'm watching it on YouTube. Tony has got it all lined up as well. We are 3 seconds in where just the New Line Cinema logo is just coming onto the screen. That's where they are.
Ready?
So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, the music's there.
Is this when they temporarily changed? Yeah, this is when they temporarily changed it, and it wasn't the blue backdrop behind the New Line.
That's right.
I hate when they did that.
Yeah. New Line Cinema presents.
The blue backdrop, man. That blue lighting. It's all about that blue lighting, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I hear that's a big thing coming back in the Halloween Kills movie, the blue lighting.
Yeah, Jesus, I got this really loud in my ears here. Yeah, people are have often said that to me. They're like, "Aren't you happy for the blue lighting?" I'm like, "Well, it depends on how the blue lighting is utilized. I don't like."
That's it.
Like, when I made a case for blue lighting, I wasn't, arbitrarily tried to say that everything needs to be drenched in blue lighting. I'm talking about a pale whitish blue light that acts as either moonlight or an ambient sort of nighttime light, not necessarily from a specific source, but that's that look outside that can create a cool, cold atmosphere rather than, it's more daylight balanced than it is tungsten balanced. And that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that every moment of every scene has to have this blue hue on it.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you know what? I haven't, listen, I say this a lot on this channel, but it's true. Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
Last time I saw this. It's been a few years. It is one that, again, it's the only one I own in the franchise, and I have it on VHS down there too, because this came out when VHS was pretty much on its way out, but hadn't quite gone completely. But it's not one I watch frequently. It's just more of like a mood thing. Like, I'm in the mood for Final. Let's throw that on.
Yeah. Jesus, we're peaking a lot here on our stream is CPU's peaking a lot. I don't know why. If people are experiencing a bit of a lag or a bit of a My apologies. I don't know why, but there's some surges. And I have everything shut down. It's the only thing up. And I don't know what's happening there. But we'll just trek through it. I'm still in the opening. I'm still in the opening credits, right? You're
yes. Oh yeah. I was saying I really thought that the kills in this were just incredibly creative. How they did it.
Yeah, it was. It was. Is this the one where the truck with the logs, or is that a separate one?
I think that's part two.
That's two.
Someone fact checking on that, but I'm almost, because like I said, I've only seen the first two films, and I remember seeing that in a Final Destination film.
Dude, for a minute I thought that said James Wan, and I was like, what? It says James Wong, directed by James Wong.
Yeah, number two. Everyone's saying it's part two. That's what I thought, because I remember seeing that scene, and I remember, like, if for those who follow me on Instagram, like not too long ago, for the first time in my life, like whatever, 20-something years later, I was stuck behind one of those log trucks and immediately thought Final Destination, and it took a picture of it. Dude, and never have ever had that happen to me until like when it was this year. It was in the last like 6 months.
Yeah. Whenever I get behind a log truck, whenever I'm always like, nope. Always. Always. And it's probably because of this movie. Whenever I see Devin,
this kid confused with Shane West.
They
have like similar facial features. And of course, at the time, everybody was, including me, I was doing the little spike hair, like everybody was doing. But yeah, I always confused him and this dude and Shane West.
Whenever I see Devon Sawa, I always think of my buddy from high school, Brian Bork, his sister, Lita Bork. I haven't seen Lita in years. Lita, I know, and she was too extreme, man.
Lita
loved Devon Sawa, like how I love Jennifer Love Hewitt or something like that. So Lita Bork, if you're watching, she's not watching, but if she ever does, I haven't seen Lita in years. I mean, probably since, the early 2000s, probably. Do you still like Devon Sawa, Lita? No, it wasn't Devon Sawa.
Crazy. Lita from the WWF with the Hardy Boys. She lives like 15 minutes from me. Amy Dumas is her name. Yeah. I ran into her one day. Like, I was like, because I couldn't recognize, because she wasn't all like in her WWE get up for it. So it was kind of one of those like moments. I was like, that girl could look like Lita, but I don't know if it is Lita. And it was Lita. I'm like, hey, and she's like, hey, and she was cool. I was just like,
yeah.
I didn't like want to bother her, but she was, we chatted for a couple of minutes, and she said shit, she lived in the area. I was like, oh no shit, because I told her I was a photographer, and she. If
the stream is hiccuping a little bit, my apologies for that. Wirecast seems to be acting up a little bit. We're still streaming, which is the most important thing. But if you do see us kind of a little bit, we're just gonna kind of go through it because I'd rather, unless it knocks us off. But I do notice that there's some spikes in the CPU as it relates to Wirecast, which is causing a bit of even delay on the movie, just a tad. So I'm not sure why.
They're going up the escalators right now.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's just like I'm losing frames. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure why. Everything's shut down on my computer other than the software.
I've been watching us, on like catching it on the corner of my eye on YouTube, okay? So it looks fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just want to just give a heads up to everybody that we are aware. I am aware of it if it is a bit choppy, because the CPU usage is going from like 22%, which is where about it should be at this, to like 60%, and then down to 40%, and then 60%, and I can notice the lag a bit. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Strange.
It's weird because it had like I said, I've been keeping an eye out, and no lag, no interruption, nothing. It's been
that's good.
Solid.
That's good. Maybe it'll just. That's good. That's a good sign. Let me see. I did see
quite a few super chats came in.
Yeah, quite a few of them came in. Frank Riker says, thanks, Frank, for the super chat. Says, there you go, Dave. You got your wish for It's Me, Billy. Oh, really? Already? You guys are amazing. I honestly thought I wasn't expecting that. You guys are amazing. Marcial Morales, is that how you say that? Marcial, I think that's it, for the channel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I know there's super chats above. Scott7 says, D&T, which creepy kid of the movie do you prefer? Children of the Corn or Village of the Damned? Probably Children of the Corn.
Yeah,
but Village of the Damned is fucking creepy.
Come on,
Village of the
the
Damned is
Children of
creepy.
the Corn, man, all the way.
Yeah, but Village of the Damned is pretty creepy. Bobby Reynolds sends in a $10 super chat. Is it possible if you do a video game mashup, like grab different game styles from their own game and put them in one game? I'm not sure, Bobby, what you mean. Is that a question? Is that possible? I guess it would be. I'm not a gamer, so I don't really know what you mean by the question, Bobby, but thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Is it possible if you do a video game mashup, like grab different game styles from their own game and then put them in one? Oh yeah, I think that might be kind of cool, I guess, for a gamer. Archie Riverdale says, hi, Dave. Hi, Tony. This is my first time watching this flick. And what a great first time to watch it with you cool guys and my chat room family. Amazing, Archie. Thank you for the super chat. You are amazing, man. Okay.
That's right. She's looking at the article there, Princess Di, when she died in the car accident. I forgot about that. Yeah.
All right, because that was only 3 years before. Todd Fair sends in a super chat. Todd's got the highest one today. Not surprising. Todd likes to drop bombs. Says, I want to say I just heard Sailing by Christopher Cross on the radio. I started to cry. What a song. I'd have to listen to that. I'm not sure if I know it off the top of my head. You're laughing, though. But I don't know. Is that a song? I don't know. Thank you, Todd. Aaron Anderson sends a super chat, says, great stream as usual, Dave. Well, we just began. I don't know. This might be a shitty stream. You never know. Tony, if we actually get to have a season, do the Braves have a shot at the pennant?
I don't know. I don't really follow Braves baseball. I'm a Yankees fan. It's kind of odd with the Atlanta Braves, too. Their fans are fans, for sure. And I have friends of mine who are... They don't really turn out and support the team unless the team makes the playoffs. I mean, it's amazing how many empty stadium games I've gone to and started up in the upper deck and found my way down like right on basically the third or first baseline, watching the game, because it's always like that, though. It really freaking is. Atlanta fans are very unique with that. Yankee Stadium, you never see it like that, man.
Oh, no, not at all.
Never.
Not at all.
Or Fenway. Wrigley is the same way as well, too. I've been to both those ballparks. Obviously, because I lived up in Connecticut. So
right.
Plenty of times. And Fenway isn't as bad as people make it to Yankee fans. I mean, yeah, you get into your like heated debates during the game and shit, but it's. I think in all the times that I've been to Fenway Park during a Red Sox Yankee game, I saw one actual brawl between two dudes, but it's pretty cordial. We just talk. Well, I don't know in the PC era, but back in the days when I used to go, we used to talk shit to each other.
Right. Can you imagine this actually happening, though? The plane crash and everything?
Asked that same question again about the gaming. I feel bad because I have no idea how to answer that question.
Oh, Bobby, I don't know, Bobby.
Yeah, dude.
I guess it's possible.
Dude, I don't really know. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat, man. That's very generous. Is it possible if you do a video game mashup, like grab different game styles from their own game and put them in one game? I think it's entirely possible. I absolutely think it's entirely possible, and I think that would be really cool to see. So this is where he's actually asleep. We are at the 11-minute, 25-second part here. Final destination. Devon Sawa's character is sat on the plane, and he falls asleep and has a dream here, right? I remember thinking this was, of course, it's the whole. Yeah. I remember thinking, oh my God.
Shit. Like, damn.
Can you imagine your plane? Like, I can't even imagine.
I'm telling you, when I watched this, I was watching my worst nightmare come to life. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can't even imagine watching. Like, we know that there have been occasions in aviation where planes have broken apart in midair, and that Ukrainian flight just a couple years ago, you know, or what about that flight that
WA, that exploded.
That one,
in the air.
yes. Or the one with the pilot that committed suicide. Like one pilot left and then he went to come back and he couldn't get the door open, and they were like, you know, descending, and then they like crash into the mountains or whatever. It was a couple years ago.
Stifler's in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
Sorry, Dad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
That's
he just
okay.
popped on his screen. I was like,
yeah,
I forgot that Sean William Scott's in this film.
No, he is. Yeah. But I can't even imagine what a way to die. Like, I can't imagine what that would be like. You're sitting there and your plane starts breaking apart. You would probably fall unconscious pretty quick. Hopefully. Like, I don't think you would be conscious falling from the sky to the ground. I don't imagine you would be, you know, because the only reason why you can breathe 30,000 feet in the air is because the cabin is
I always said
pressurized.
The people who had it the worst on 9/11 was probably Flight 93, the one that crashed in Pennsylvania, because they probably knew. They you know, I mean, you know, as that plane starts going down, you know this is it. The towers, I think that was instantaneous. At least that's what I hope. I hope that they saw the buildings, they didn't know what was possibly going to happen, and then it was just done. Flight 93, I think they knew. I think they had to, and that had to be like, again, it's like my worst fear is crashing in a plane crash. I can't even imagine they had to been going through.
Sean William Scott. He always, of course, what's he doing now? I guess he was on that Lethal Weapon show for like a season, and then I don't know. He's always playing that guy. Stifler's mom.
The sync is off on the audio. Is it on everybody's?
No.
Because I'm seeing like Jonathan Nichols saying the sync is fine on his end.
It could
Zach,
be.
try refreshing yours on your end, buddy, and see if that helps you out at all.
Yeah. Try refreshing to see if it helps. It's entirely possible it could be the software that's causing it. But try a refresh and see what happens. We are aware that there's a bit of a thing going on with the software today.
Oh my God, this is like literally like I'm like trying not to.
Tony
like,
is sweating. Tony is sweating right now.
Sweating so bad right now, like, dude, I'm telling you, this is like my biggest fear, like for real in life.
Wow. So what if you had to go overseas for like a big shoot?
Go Titanic style and hope I don't end up like Leonardo.
It's gonna take you 2 weeks.
Whatever. I'll get there in one piece, hopefully.
That's true. Hit an iceberg. Look at this. Watch as he gets sucked out the window. Oh! Like there's no way that you would be alive. Like I'm pretty sure at this point, like the cabin is depressurized. You're losing pressure. Out you go. Everybody'd be sucked out of that hole. It's pretty cool. Like, I mean, it's a well-shot scene, though.
Very, very well-shot scene.
Look, all the blood. Did you
man.
catch the blood just spray all over the... It's crazy.
Yeah, and I remember at first going like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then it starts to unfold. I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Ah, I see what's going on. Oh, he's sweating buckets. As if you would do that. Like, as if your friends would do. What the fuck's your problem? You also have to have that one character, right? But nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Todd Fair sends in a very generous super chat. Just says, Tony, just smoke a lot of bud before you fly, unless it's a red eye, and you'll be fine.
It doesn't. It actually, in this case, like what the THC does to me because of the anxiety, it actually will put me into a full-blown panic attack. And that's I can see that. Sean William Scott has to survive. Got to have your mains here. Here are your mains. That's my call. And thank you very much, Todd, for the very generous super chat. And folks, we have crossed and thanks to Frank,
Riker, of course, who made a donation and picked up a perk. Frank, you are amazing. We have crossed the 34,000. We are at $34,050 now on the It's Me Billy Indiegogo campaign. Again, head on over there. And even just the lowest perk will get your name in the end credits. Every little bit helps, folks. And that's It's Me Billy-a-thon will be this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bruce and I will be here in my studio hosting it. Isn't this where the plane is about to crash here?
Yeah,
right?
For real.
Right.
And be like, what in the fuck just happened?
Can you imagine actually being plagued with these kinds of premonitions? How would you even deal with that?
That would just suck.
It's kind of a fun movie, and it actually is probably one of his last. Well, I know he's done some, but I think it was the last. Was it the last theatrical release he did? I don't know. Nicolas Cage in Knowing. Do you remember that movie from 2009? It was a disaster movie all about.
I sort of.
It was a good movie, but it had aliens and it was a really cool film. Really, really cool film. Rose Byrne was in it. Played his wife or his wife or his girlfriend or something.
Even the visual of them showing the plane explosion, they did a good job here.
They did, and the glass breaking was cool. Obviously because of the impact and the noise, the sound. That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. Early, it's 2000s, but it was believable.
But believable. It looks all right. Looks fine. I mean, it's, I think they probably could have been done better today, but it looks fine. It looks fine. I don't think the fire trucks would be on it that quickly, though. They're already driving out there, and I don't think they would be on it that fast. Mm-hmm. Although maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't work airport plane accidents, so I don't know. I think the
Atlanta airport. Well, it's one of the biggest in the world. They have their own personal fire. Actually, they got two.
Oh yeah, most airports do. They have them here too. But I just mean that even where they are, because you wouldn't it exploded and then all of a sudden, woo! I think there may just be a little more of a moment. But
I love how I don't know his name, but we'll just keep calling him Shane West because I keep. He looks like Shane West. I love how the
Devon Sawa?
Yeah, whatever. He's he was sweating beforehand, and now his hair and everything is totally perfectly fine.
Mm. Yeah, everything looks good on my end, folks. Try, if you're having buffering issues or audio issues, try refreshing or exiting out and coming back in. It looks like Wirecast has stabilized. Of course, now that I've said that, it probably won't, but it doesn't seem to be having the issues it had earlier. Again, if you're just joining us, there have been a little bit of lag issues in today's stream for some reason with the with Wirecast, but we are trucking along. I don't know why. I'm not sure. We're watching Final Destination, the year 2000, starring Devon Sawa, and hey, even Sean William Scott is in it. Stifler himself. We're 21 minutes into the movie.
There's no way he could even do that today.
No, he couldn't. Think of how
would you could do that role today?
Yeah,
not piss everybody off.
It's true. How would you feel knowing that you got off the plane and it crashed? That would be I don't even know how I'd feel. Oh, I know, Frank. I know. I see them. I definitely see them. But thank you very much, Frank, for keeping me on the mark. I appreciate it. Yes, there was several that did come in. Aaron Anderson says, great stream. Oh, no, I already did that one. It's this one. Jim Sereno. Rob Zombie made Lori say, was that the boogeyman? And Loomis says, as a matter of fact, I do believe that was. I think Rob got the saying wrong. Well, yes, most people get the saying wrong. I've seen the saying wrong on T-shirts. But I think Rob also just made it his own as well.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he made that his own. I don't think he wanted to do that verbatim.
Right, exactly, 100%.
Kind of played on. Even like there's some moments there where McDowell, says Loomis lines from the original film, but he also made it his own and ad-libbed a little bit. It wasn't exactly so.
Exactly. Southpaw82 says, "Hey guys, your thoughts on director M. Night Shyamalan? Recently watched Glass and was very disappointed. However, I do like Signs and Split. He's hit and miss. I haven't seen Glass or anything. I'm not crazy on him really at the end of the day.
Same here. I like Signs, and that's pretty much it.
I like Signs up until the last 20 minutes. And then I think it's garbage when they're so beating the aliens with a baseball bat and shit. I'm just like, it was so moody and atmospheric and creepy. And then it just became like, I don't know, kind of lame to me at the end.
It was one of those movies that I need to be tripping on acid to like appreciate, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Village. Pink Floyd's The Wall. You can't watch Pink Floyd's The Wall sober and appreciate it unless you're a Pink Floyd fan and love their music, then yes. But if you're watching Pink Floyd The Wall, yeah.
I gotcha. So they're still at the airport. I remember this is the year 2000. Everybody did dress like that. The khakis.
Yep, the khakis with the
bowling shirts.
Freaking bowling shirts and shit. What the hell?
Yeah, because this is 2000. I mean, how old were we? We were 21. So I would have been, this came out.
Kevin Baker's boner just gave us $2 bone bucks.
When did this come out in the year 2000? Like what month? March. Okay, so I was in my first year of college.
Yeah.
Because I went to college 99, 2000. I was going to go 98, 2000, but I didn't.
Was just beginning my internship because I got hired in 2001 at the radio station, like became an employee, getting money.
There you go.
But I started in 2000 being an intern and just, did my thing, worked away on there. And
that's it.
It.
Yeah, no, this
she's hot. I forget her name. What's her name?
She was Standing in the Rain here.
Yeah, she's a blonde in the sequel. I forget her name.
Wait, she's a blonde in the sequel, but she's a different person in the sequel?
No, she's her same
girl. Okay. I was just gonna say she's playing a different character and she's blonde. I was like, oh, that's great.
From what I remember.
Right.
Ali Larter. I probably said that wrong.
Intel Wild brings in a super chat. Thanks, buddy. Says, just got in, guys. So it's me, Billy-a-thon, this Saturday, Dave. That is correct. This Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All nothing but super chat questions. Everything raised via super chats will go towards the campaign. But of course, people can take if they want to make a donation as well, instead of ask a super chat, because we have to be honest. I mean, YouTube does take 30% of every super chat. That's out of my hands. That's everybody, every channel, every YouTuber. That's how it works. So if you want to make a donation right to the campaign, you can do that as well. But we are going to be taking super chat questions for 5 hours. We're gonna have a lot of fun, like with myself and Bruce, and we got some surprises, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But it's gonna be a hell of a stream. 5 hours, holy shit! And but yeah, that's this Saturday.
Hey man, with everything shutting down again, you might you might get a good turnout.
Who knows?
Again.
Yeah, you never know. So we are, Devin Sawa's crying here on the couch, 26 minutes into the movie.
They're picking up the wreckage.
It's good. I like seeing that. I mean, he lost a lot of his friends, but does he really care about the guy that said, fuck you, man? I wouldn't care about him. Ooh, the thunder and the lightning. Does thunder and lightning ever actually go at the same time?
No, I've never. I mean, it depends on the thunderstorm, though. Here, like in the South, sometimes if it's like, one right on top of another.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Usually you can
gnarly storms down here.
Yeah, we had a big thunderstorm. We're in the middle of listen, I know I'm not comparing us to the South in the US, but we have been in a gigantic heat wave over the last week. It has been above 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Toronto for the last 12 or 13 days. It's been insane. We're in the middle of a heat wave. It's great because obviously we know that Winter's coming eventually.
Dude. I thought I was gonna die on my run this morning.
Oh, I was out running this afternoon too, and I was like, it's gross. But you feel great afterwards, don't you? You really do. I love the lightning strike that we saw just a few moments ago in the yard there.
Intel Weil, super chat, $10. Thanks, buddy, for Dave, Tony, and Billy.
Billy, it's me,
Billy.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I've been watching too lately? And they would never do this. If they did it as a reboot, they couldn't do it the way it was done because you just can't anymore. Is Married with Children.
Oh, you couldn't do Married with Children. Although
you would have to like
not it would have to be really satirized,
very and that would ruin it because Al Bundy being out, he needs to be Al Bundy, and there's just no way you can't filter him.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Same thing with Peg being Peg and the brother and sister and how they are towards you just couldn't do that shit today.
That's right. Oh my God, this song sounds very
old television nowadays than I do modern.
This song sounds very early 2000s. It sounds like a song that would be like some girl in college who just broke up with her girlfriend or her girlfriend.
Yeah, this is about listening to style music.
Excuse me, the guy that said "fuck you" it did survive. That's right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot he survived. Somebody in the chat after, or somebody in the comments afterwards, would be like, "Dave, but Dave, Carter." Why is he angry at him? He just fucking saved your life.
He's got to be
some inferiority complex.
Back in the day when you had always that one dick in the movie.
I know. It's a dick measure.
Now he's considered too mean.
Sean William Scott looks like he just walked off the set of American Pie. It literally is just Stifler in Final Destination.
Well, no, American Pie came out in 99.
That's right. Right. But 2001, I think. 2002 was American Pie 2.
Yeah, it's definitely in the window frame.
This is basically Stifler in Final Destination.
It's pretty much. That's what I keep thinking. Like he's just
That's pretty much what's going on here. Yeah. Tiger Man, Pearl Jam was one of the best bands in the 90s. Pearl Jam was a good band.
Pearl Jam was a really great band. You know what the guilty pleasure movie of mine with Sean William Scott in it is Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh.
It's a stoner movie. It is such a stoner movie, but
it is 100%. Oh yeah, totally. Dude, Where's My Car? That was like 2000, 2001, somewhere.
It's around this time, him and Ashton did that film.
Yeah, Dude, Where's My Car?
You got a tattoo. What does it say? Dude, what does mine say? Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude. And then the Asian restaurant and how that there's oh my God, you could not do that today. Holy shit.
Right. That's right. No, there's a lot of things you can't do today, which is
and it sucks.
It
sucks because it's meant to be comedy, it's meant to be funny, but
that's too bad. Like I said, they're stripping the nuance and context out of everything, and it's unfortunate. How you gonna let me read? This is what I'm feeling.
He was in an episode of Smallville.
The guy on the left there?
Yeah, his
buddy. The guy who just exited frame?
Yeah, he was in an episode. He was in one of the first episodes, if not he might have been in the very first episode of Smallville, if I'm not mistaken.
Fascinating.
Yeah, he was like this bug boy. It's not the first. It's like one of the very first very first three. It's in the first three for sure.
Right.
And
putting my feet up.
Some weird bug power or something that Clark has to stop.
Right. What the hell's this guy's voice?
We wasn't. It never occurs to us.
He sounds like a character.
Yeah, that's not happening, Darren.
I'm so certain. It's every hour. Every hour.
He sounds like God, I can't remember the character's name.
The top donation during the Billy-a-thon should be Tony's Karate Kid vinyl soundtrack. I'm gonna get buried with that thing, man. I will never part ways with that.
I wouldn't part with it.
Yeah, this was I think this kid gets it here, and from what I remember, he gets it's creative how they made it happen.
Right. See, I don't remember.
He's choking himself in the shower, and it's interesting how it all plays out.
Interesting. Now, has Sawa had does Sawa continue to have premonitions throughout the movie, or was it just the plane crash?
No, I think he does.
Okay,
I think he does.
Sawa. Oh, he's taking a crap. This is the second scene with somebody taking a crap in this movie. It is. Because there was a scene with Sawa and somebody taking a shit beside each other in the airport stalls. Now we got this guy taking a shit. Nobody wants to die.
Where he has the premonition.
Dude, nobody wants to die taking a shit, right? I mean, listen, if you're going to go, do you want to die taking a shit? Elvis? I don't want to die taking a shit. Who wants to die taking a shit?
That's like got to be like you're talking about Elvis Presley, and that's how they find him. That's like,
yeah, but see, even Elvis Presley may not have been taking a shit. Maybe he was just sort of.
I thought he was, and he killed over.
Well, that's so the story goes. So the story goes. But don't you know he's?
Oh yeah, look at that early 2000 computer and internet. Yep.
Oh yeah, I had that exact. Not that. Well, yeah. I mean, everybody did. I had a computer like that.
Mine was Mac, the little box.
Oh, yours was. Oh yeah, no, I had a PC, and like my hard drive was all of like 300 megabytes. Because back then that was enough.
Awesome, but yeah,
that was enough.
It was.
It was more than enough for downloading songs because songs were in kilobytes back then. Like they were really small. Now, of course, songs. I mean, to get the best quality, you'd be like. But I remember.
Penthouse magazine.
Why is he looking at a Penthouse?
Do they even do magazines anymore?
Oh,
now with the internet, I just figured that would be obsolete.
For sure. Look at this water. Look at the color of this water.
Yeah, that's some very blue toilet water.
Now, why did he do that? Why did he
not put shaving cream on?
No, but it looked like he cut himself on purpose. Okay, that's creepy. Wait a minute. Okay, now again, I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
It's creative. It is. It's inventive and innovative. I mean,
I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Is there a supernatural entity that is causing all this?
Death. Basically,
it's death.
Tony Todd explains it in like later on in the film.
Okay, all right. Because who clips their nose hairs like that? Come on, what is this? 1956? You just need some wild root in his hair.
Oh yeah, the John Denver song. I forgot about that.
Yeah, John Denver's dead and died in a plane crash.
Right, and it keeps playing it's like the cue that something's gonna happen.
I think Denver died in like 97 or something.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I remember.
Thank God I'm a country boy. I like that song though. That's a catchy tune. Mr.
J, yeah, it'd take you almost a day to download a song. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, or Napster, and there were a couple other ones too, but Napster was one.
And I loved it how like the bands were so sure of themselves that people would never listen to music digitally, that would not last. And I'm just like thinking, yeah, dude, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I still listen to vinyl, but yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have Spotify. Like I said, it's creative. That thing got wrapped around his neck. A very simple. It's believable.
It's believable, but that's pretty impressive. That's oh. I like seeing his bloodshot eyes. That's good. That's some good detail there.
And of course, if you're choking, you do end up going into a panic mode where you can't
100%.
Get control of yourself.
And he can't get traction because of the wetness of the tub. So he can't get traction.
And I like how the scissors are just out of reach.
Yep. Yeah, he really looks like he's struggling. Yep. That's actually a really good performance. He really looks like he's struggling. Great makeup job around the face and the eyes.
Stay alive and don't.
Yeah. Like, this is something that I like. You know how sometimes deaths are too quick and you don't really. No,
This
I believe
was good.
that.
His performance in selling the scene was really, really freaking
Yeah,
good.
it was. It was
And
really,
the water
really good.
resides. Yeah, like
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's definitely recedes, not resides. Recedes.
Recedes. Yeah.
Now it's it's a supernatural entity.
Well, yeah, now because exactly.
Freaking cargo pants. Yeah, we
Man,
did wear that.
dude, I'm just gonna start dressing like. Well, apparently some things from the '90s have come back.
The '90s you had to have known with the '80s fashion making a huge comeback that the '90s were pretty much right, because the grunge thing was really popular.
That's
And there's
That's
some
right.
'90s looks that were very popular that I can see making a return.
Yeah, well, and my girlfriend has pointed out, especially with women too, sometimes some of the jeans that women used to wear, like the higher waist jeans and things like that you would see like Jennifer Aniston wearing on Friends or something back in the 90s. I see a lot of women wearing those jeans again. So there's definitely some. You know what decade has never come back? It made a little brief blip. It made a blip in the late 90s with it made a blip with bell bottoms, but the 70s have never really come back.
Actually, the '70s, the bell bottoms are back. I'm seeing more girls wear, but it's a different type of flare at the bottom.
Oh,
it's not as pronounced as it was in the '70s, but I am seeing girls rocking jeans with a little bit of a flare to them. At least down here, anyways. I mean, fashion also tends to be, depending on where you live.
Right, right, of course, yeah.
I don't think cargo pants will make a comeback. If they do, it'd be more of a sleek version of it. Because I will say this.
I still see them in stores, but they're different, yeah.
Different. When they brought back the 80s style look, when you started to see that again, I will say the youth dressing that way today looks better than we did back then. We hadn't quite perfected the style, and now when you see how it's being presented, they are presenting it a lot better today than we did. We just fucking threw it on and didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like that was the attitude. Now you're doing it for a look and to have a specific style, so everything looks crisp.
Right. I like how Devon Sawa is dressed here. Is how a lot of us did dress, minus the jacket. Is a lot of us how we dressed in high school and in college. I have video somewhere of me on VHS in high school from a tech class or something where I was in brown khaki pants like that, a plaid button-up shirt, my hair all gelled, Yes, I do have hair, contrary to popular belief. I just like wearing hats. I actually have a full head of hair. But yeah, it's just kind of funny to see that.
It'd be kind of cool if I don't think it would, though. I don't think I could ever see our society dressing like that again, but it would be cool if they brought back like the casual dress of the 40s and the 30s and even the 50s. Where if you look, like I have a lot of street photography books, Vivian Moir was one of my favorites, William Eggleston, and you look through this time machine of photos and doesn't matter where they took the photo. Everybody was dressed proper and nice. Even if it was casual, you were still wearing like a button-down shirt with nice dress slacks. I just don't see the way we have evolved with fashion and style that we would ever go back to that.
No, and it's unfortunate, because the other night my girlfriend was over and we were watching a couple movies, and we watched, I've been wanting to watch this movie forever, and I finally watched it the other night, and I loved it. Was Changeling, not The Changeling with George C. Scott, the early 80s horror movie, but Changeling, that one, Angelina Jolie, from 2008, and the Clint Eastwood film. And I've been wanting to see it ever since it came out, and I finally got around to seeing it 12 years later, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And of course, that takes place in the late 20s, early 30s, and all the men are dressed, in their fedoras and trench coats and this, that, the other, and my girlfriend was like, it's too bad men don't dress like that anymore. And I'm like, I could not agree more. I would fucking love, if that was how we were, I would love it. I've always wanted to dress like that.
We would be different as a culture if we did.
Oh,
because
100%, 100%.
There is a way to your personality that it doesn't matter if you're dressed up to go to a wedding or to wherever, you do, there's a bit of, Titanic first class snobbiness that comes across all of us. And I'm not saying that to be bad. I'm just saying that there's a little more pride there. And if you did that on a daily basis, it would change your psyche on how you thought.
Well, but it was also right. And it was a different society then than it is now. I mean, even children back then even in the 40s. And the 50s dressed very differently. I mean, people would dress in, men would dress in suits and ties to take out girls on dates when they were 17. I mean, that's just the way it was. And so, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, we'll never go back to that because it's a novelty and it will remain that. And it's a very sort of product of its time. But I think it's such a debonair, dashing look, it's such a nice look. And I've always appreciated that look. And I would be okay if that's how we had to, or if that's how we were expected to dress on a daily basis. I would be okay with that because I think it looks pretty cool.
My family, you rock these suspenders. That's a very, in my family specifically, like my dad does. My grandfathers, both sides did, uncles did. My dad's side is very traditional Italian, and a lot of Italian men wear suspenders. Mom's side of the family is gypsies. Whoa. And gypsies wear, a lot of suspenders and the hats, and growth beards and shit like that. So it was a very common look for us and my family.
It's Candyman.
Tony Todd.
Candyman. Forgot he was in this movie. I totally forgot he was in this movie.
He's wearing suspenders.
He is, yes. We are 43 minutes and 50 seconds into the movie here. Devon Sawa and this little chickie, that's so patronizing. His friend here are looking over the dead body of their friend, and Candyman is helping them out. Imagine if this is secretly a Candyman sequel. Oh, it's actually
cinematic universe with Candyman and Final Destination.
Yes, it's actually Candyman. Listen to him. Mouse, it's the way it is. It's how I talk. He's still Candyman. This is it. I'm telling you, this is Candyman 3.
Right, I'm telling you, we get fucking crazy storms here.
Oh, really? It's beautiful.
You hear that?
No, I didn't.
That shit make my house shook. Damn.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this is Candyman. There we go. Switch it over. This is Candyman 3. Listen to him. Listen to, there's a new design. It's like Dr. Claw talking to you.
Isn't he Dr. Claw in the cartoon?
Is he Dr. Claw?
I think he is.
Well, maybe he is. I don't know. Is he Dr. Claw?
I thought he was.
Oh, Gypsy Warrior says Candyman 4. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I don't give a fuck about Candyman. Candyman. Was there a Candyman 3 after? No, there wasn't a Candyman 3. Was there? There was Candyman Farewell to the Flesh. Was there a third one before the remake?
One.
There was? Oh, I didn't know that. That must have been like straight to VHS or something. I thought there was just Candyman and Candyman Farewell to the Flesh. I stand corrected. Must not have been very good because I never heard of it.
See, and he says, I'll see you soon, dropping hints there. Maybe you're right, Dave. Maybe it is a crossover that we never knew about.
Oh, no. CM says Frank Welker did Dr. Claw's voice. Was it Frank Welker? Really?
I did not know that.
Frank Welker. Yeah, I know. I don't know him personally, but I Frank Welker.
You know what I love about this?
Very familiar with Frank Welker.
This changes dramatically in just a very short time, but you see them sitting there talking at this cafe thing. You see people in the background, no smartphones. Made today, smartphones.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. No, everybody would be on their smartphones and
doing this,
for sure.
selfie.
I got to say, you know, there are times where I've left my house without my phone deliberately. Like I'm just going up to the grocery store or something, right?
Oh, I do that.
You know,
I do that. Just sometimes I need a break. Sometimes I just like, you know what?
And I don't miss it. Like I don't. Like I go up to the groceries. Now maybe it's because psychologically I know I'm only going to be gone for an hour, but I'm all right. Oh, he's having a premonition.
Yep.
How could she not notice him doing that? He's looking around and like, come on, girl. Yes. Gadget. Look at those bangs.
Oh yeah, that's the early 2000s look, late 90s, early 2000s when girls were still wearing bangs.
Yep.
Very rarely do I ever see a girl rocking bangs.
No, not too much anymore. It'll probably come back. Well, it kind of comes and goes, ebbs and flows. Oh, there's the guy. He's going to die. You know he's going to die because he's expendable, because he's a douchebag. Nobody likes him. Wait, so is he into her or something?
I think they start building on something between the two of them here.
Ah, okay. All right. Nick sends in a super chat. Thanks, buddy. Says, Dave, you ever seen the 1997 atmospheric murder mystery Clint Eastwood flick set in the Gothic South called Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil? No, I have not. But with those great adjectives there describing, I will, the atmosphere. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I have not seen it. Sounds familiar, though. Look at this douche. If this was a Halloween movie, he'd be the first to go. He'd be the first to go. Isn't that his teacher? Yeah, it is his teacher. Why would you speak to your teacher like that unless she was a total...
I didn't have... I had...
She's a very attractive teacher.
Yeah.
That's right. Listen to this woman. Get over it. You fucking.
Yeah, I'm with you. Die Hard. I got distracted. I was gonna say something. I got distracted by the car, and it's the Chevelle SS. That's like, I got my Camaro, but let me tell you, oh shit, that's right. I forgot that happens.
Shit.
I totally forgot. And he had
Dude, I fucking missed that because I clicked away, but I heard it. Damn, it's a no. We can't go back. It's all right.
No, it's all right.
Jim Sereno sends a super chat, says, Death has Stifler riding his bike the whole film. That's true. That's funny. Reese Wilson sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Reese. Says, Tony, that latest Freddy Krueger shot you uploaded on Insta was awesome. Keep up the great work, mate. It was great. If you guys haven't seen that recent one from Tony on Instagram with Freddy Krueger, you got to go check it out. The detail in the photograph is fantastic.
Lots of Easter eggs in there if you look hard enough. Lots of throwback 80s Easter eggs. Some obvious, some you have to look closely.
Yep.
Yeah, some stuff that was in Nancy's bedroom in Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's it. So just to confirm, the douchebag got hit by the car, right?
Oh, wasn't it his girlfriend that got hit?
Oh, his girlfriend, the blonde?
Sean William Scott. I wasn't paying attention either because I was I was responding to the Chevelle response, and as the comment, and as that was responding to that,
I know. I clicked away.
Yeah. Is it Sean William Scott or the girl?
Terry got hit by the bus. Is she the blonde? She's the blonde, right? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just, if I had seen, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, so I didn't know. Yes, the blonde. Okay. These guys would, these kids would have serious PTSD.
Oh, and then some. But, you know, your phone thing about leaving it home, that's what I was trying to respond to. Yeah, I do that same fucking shit sometimes because I need that break. And I've always said that if they ever got rid of social media, our generation would adapt like a light switch because of that type, you know, knowing that we don't need, we lived without this technology. The sad thing for the young generation behind us, this is all they've known. And it's unfortunate because they don't know what life is like without it. So I don't know if that's a disadvantage or an advantage.
Joseph, what's going on with Joseph?
He's saying he's dropping some racial stuff in there. You do need to, you just don't even look back, just kick him out.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. He's gone. You're gone. If you're gonna be a dick, you're not welcome. Is this the teacher again? But her hair's in a ponytail? Oh, okay.
And then she sees the kid on the yard and freaks out and calls the cops.
Oh, and that's the... Why would he...
thinks it's the kid killing.
Right. It's true. Oh, it's true. Every time I say that now, just in my everyday life, I think of you.
Kurt Angle. I don't think it's me. It's Kurt Angle's.
No, I know, but I think of you calling me Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
It's a nice car. BMW. Looks like a BMW. Is it?
And then he gets busted, and then the cops even think now it's him doing some messed up shit.
Right. Because he's out trying to investigate, trying to get to the bottom of everything. But yes, this ends up happening. Ah, the old cop with the single light on the dash routine. Woo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Get in the car.
Yeah, that would be, kind of suspicious. Like
that would be very suspicious. I would be suspicious of that. Yeah. Yeah. So we're 53 minutes 40.
Yeah, this movie's flying.
5 seconds into the movie. It is flying by. It's like flying by.
Minutes left.
It's fun to watch though, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen this. I know I say that a lot on this channel, but there's a lot of movies that we've been watching that I just haven't seen in a long time. There's a lot of movies that are great movies.
They're really gonna love next week. Everybody's waiting to hear your. I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know how much Dave is going to enjoy it.
Well, we'll see.
Listen, man, don't make me reach over there and what's the line? Skull fuck you? Something like that. I forget the line now.
There's your clue there.
There's your clue. What's coming, guys?
There's your clue.
I'm excited.
Now we have talked about it before on the channel, but we haven't.
Yeah, but we haven't done a live thing, which live is going to be. I'm going to smoke so much because you're going to have me in tears.
Well, but there's things in that movie that are well done.
I have that album.
So I won't have.
Sorry, I didn't
you have that album?
I have that Denver Greatest Hits album.
Oh, nice. Like on vinyl?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's right over there. So I think it's one of the only 2 albums I have by Denver. It was my mom's. When my mom got rid of her vinyl, I took it.
It's you, Devon Sawa. What is Devon Sawa's character's name in this movie? Forget his name.
I just forgot his name already too. This is what happens. I watch this movie, but when I watch it, I don't pay attention to it like I pay attention to Halloween. You know what I mean? Like you said, I have fun with this movie. What the hell is his name? Alex. Thank you.
Alex is his name?
Alex Browning.
Alex Browning.
I wonder if that's a tribute to Todd Browning. That's why they named him that.
Maybe.
Maybe a little wink and nod to the old master.
Don't say anything, but I can't remember if she gets it. She probably does.
Oh yeah, she does. And
she gets it, and then of course he's at the police station, so they know it's not him.
Right.
That's probably what's going to happen. Super chat, David Lee Barron. Dear Sir David Piche, have you seen Clint Eastwood's Gran Torino? I did. It was fantastic. Yes, love that movie. Love Gran Torino. 2008, I think. It was a good movie. Very good movie.
Oh, that's right. She does see death's the blackness go on the kettle.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets it good. She's one of the. I mean, the blessed thing is all right. The kid who hangs himself or gets hung in the bathroom is my favorite. Hers is really good too, for what I remember. Very creative. Just very Marx Brother, Three Stooges.
Right. I can't remember, so
sadistic way to kill someone in a movie.
I feel like I'm watching this for the first time. Here goes the match. God,
I'm surprised the Wayne
younger than us here.
Do a parody of this. To be honest with you, this would have been a good parody to do.
Great sound design. You were under suspicion for the plane exploding? How would it be under suspicion for the... Well, I guess. Yeah, he yelled.
Daisy McMillan, I agree. Don't Fear the Reaper should have been a song that popped up in this movie. That would have been a good tune to throw in.
It's so associated with Halloween. It's difficult to escape it. That's the problem. It's a song that could be in a lot of horror movies.
It really could, and I don't know why Halloween seems to be the only one to have its grip on. Because you could, like you just said, you could literally throw that film in any horror film. In fact, maybe you should throw it on like in a radio scene and It's Me, Billy, have it in the background. There's that, and I can't help but think of Will Ferrell and what's his name? More cowbell. Walk it. Yeah.
Hello.
More cowbell.
Don't fear the Reaper. Come on. Your shoes are untied. The Reaper's shoes are untied. Hello. Come on. What did she see? Did she see something? Oh, wait. It's just a mug, woman. It's just a mug. This actor playing this teacher could be younger than us here now. We're getting old, man.
Going straight for the bottle of ice. Fuck this coffee.
Fuck this. She's having... Oh. Death likes
again, creative, because you're taking hot and putting it to cold really fast. Yeah. In theory, that can happen to porcelain cups.
Yes, it can.
Porcelain cups.
Death likes to...
Made out of. What's it made out of? What's the material the cups are made out of?
Porcelain or something? Or...
Is it porcelain?
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat room help me out. Like a coffee mug like this, what would it be made out of, the material?
Death likes to
slink causes his... it if you go heat to cold really fast and it cracks.
Yeah. Ceramic even?
Ceramic?
Maybe.
Porcelain. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Death likes to slink his way around in water. He moves in the water. It's very water-oriented. This is the second death that's associated with water. Good ode, and it's ironic considering H2O is part of life.
We're like H2O, and we're not talking about Halloween H2O.
No, we're not. Ooh, that would suck.
See, the explosion, and it gets, like I said, it gets, and as it continues to pay off here, it's like, okay, it's creative.
Yeah.
And it resets the song.
Right.
Creative.
Yeah. Gets her right in the jugular. Clint Malarchuk, Buffalo Sabres, late 90s style. Hockey fans will know what I'm talking about. What does the ambers... He sees the ambers, and that's a sign that there's something wrong?
Well, because her house is about to go.
But how would he know that, though? This would suck. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, and there's one more, though. She's not quite done just yet.
Okay, there's one more.
The knife. So I said it's very Three Stooges, Marx Brothers type thing. That if someone with a sick, twisted mind created a death scene, like what the fuck? You can picture that like a Three Stooges episode too.
Oh man, that would suck. The chair pushes it in further. And of course, the cops show up with the knife.
He's got the prints on the knife.
Oh, God. And here I thought that he was going to be Because he was at the police station.
Of course, you're going to leave the knife that you just had your fingerprints in.
It's all right.
William
Stifler's
Scott
riding his bicycle. The old running from the house and the explosion. I tell you, somebody's got to put me in a movie where I can run from a house or run from some location that's exploding in the background, and I do one of those dives. Stifler was riding his bike. He looks like such a goof in this movie. He looks like he's 18 with the IQ of somebody who's 3. This is what he looks like. Well, he does. He's like, I was riding my bicycle.
This detective was a creep. He was very creepy in the movie. I just remember thinking that.
Interesting work. It's the way he's talking.
I'm sure that's probably like, yeah, it's the way he's talking.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
feels like a creep.
That's the way it is. Oh. Yeah, Dick. What's this guy?
He's like the wimpy version of Stifler. You know what I mean? It's like
yes.
wimpy Stifler.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Stifler was a wimp.
Yeah, it's like they said, hey, listen, you're coming off America.
But you need to be wimpy.
Right, because we don't want you to be Stifler. And if you act tough or a little bit of like, there's some sort of any sort of masculinity there whatsoever, it'll be too Stifler.
Right.
I just would have been like, just play normal. Just be a normal guy. Like, why do you have to put on the like the bro?
For a while, man. Unfortunately,
no, he did. But I would have been if I was looking for somebody different, I wouldn't make a weak, wimpy Stifler. I would just be like, just be normal. But yeah, it was his shtick for a while. You're right. You're right. Oliver Mercer sends in a super chat, says, "What does Michael and Freddie have in common with bed sheets? Michael between them and Freddie underneath them." Ooh. There you go, Oliver. Put that on a t-shirt. You're right. It's like he's a little boy. Why'd you say that? Okay. Jesus. A burning in my soul and the fever in my heart. Who's singing this track?
Jim Serrano. Hope I said that right, buddy. $2 super chat. Tony, did you know Stacy's mom has got it going on? Stacy's mom's got it going on. Remember that song? That was from
Oh, yeah. It's huge. Huge song. We are, just for those, timestamp here is an hour and 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the movie. This movie is flying by.
Big time flying by.
Holy shit.
I go so up there.
Devon Sawa. Yeah, this. Oh, man. Now, wasn't Devon Sawa in The Fanatic with, what's his face recently? John Travolta. Apparently that terrible film. Wasn't it Devon Sawa?
I don't know.
Because he's like our age, or maybe he's like our age.
Most
he's
of
40
this cast
something.
has got to be close to our age.
Oh, 100%. He might be a year or two older, but I think it was Devon Sawa. A little bit of the exposition. We're into the exposition part. Where we tell you how I've been when I was a kid and why I'm the way I am now. The old I had shitty parents exposition.
I come from a shitty family background. Yeah, I was in like every 90s horror movie or teen drama movie.
That's it.
Like that's because that was the attitude, man. Nirvana brought in that like dark side attitude that it was cool to be dark and depressing, and
that's right. That's right.
And then we went through the grunge shit.
That's it.
Coming from a Oops, sorry.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to interrupt there. David Lee Barron says, "Dear Your Highness, can you laugh like Popeye, like Joey from Full House?" Me? Can I laugh like Popeye and Joey from Full House? I don't know.
How Joey from Dave Coulier did
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't know what's Popeye's laugh like. Or something like that, or or something.
Can you do Popeye? Any version of Popeye? Or
I don't know. I'd have to work on it. I don't know. I'd have to look. I can't think off the top of my. I mean, Popeye's more. I don't know. I think he's like something like that. I got to look at his laugh or his. I got to look at him so I can see what he's doing. But off the top, I don't know where to start. Oh, he knew. Because he knew the fire ambers. It was all.
Well, he didn't know who. He just knew an accident was coming.
But he went right to her house.
No, they were at the cafe thing. He asked her about his girlfriend getting hit by the bus.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the teacher. Why isn't he upset that his girlfriend was hit? Well, he didn't fucking love her anyway. Should have felt up Tammy.
Like I said, it's a wimpy version of Stifler. That's what Stifler would say.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly what he would say. It is. It's a very wimpy version of him. I'm surprised this douchebag has made it this far into the movie. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised he hasn't gone much earlier. If this was a Halloween movie, he'd be dead. Or if this was any other,
I kind of like it though that they're going against stereotype, because you're right. The douchebag is going a lot longer than normal.
If this was a slasher movie, he would have been dead like a half hour ago.
Easily.
He's very angry. He's got a lot of anger in him.
He needs to smoke some weed. Relax.
I know. Tony,
don't drive through an intersection with an SS like that.
Dude, relax. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're totally know they're on a hitch there, because if you made a turn like that, your hands are not at 10 and 2.
Oh, no.
Not if you're making turns
I will say this. One thing that annoys me.
At 10 and 2.
One thing that annoys me and not that I'm seeing it here, but one thing that annoys me that I see in movies and TV shows, and I wish the director would tell them not to do this, is when you see people driving cars and they're doing this.
Yeah.
If you were doing this in your car, you'd be driving all over the road, because it doesn't take much to turn your car. And they're doing this. And I'm like, don't do that. I'd say don't do that, because when you're filming a driving scene, yes, you're right. 9 times out of 10, you're hitched. You're hitched to another car that's pulling you, and there's a plate on the hood of the car that is filming you. But don't do that. Just all you gotta do is move it just a little bit. And I'm not talking about like a car chase. I'm just talking about like they're just driving around town. It's always bothered me. Sometimes you see it okay, but sometimes you see people going like this. I'm like, don't do that.
I'll say this, even though as crazy and extreme as the franchise has become, Fast and Furious, they're really good at making you believe that, because their body reactions are like, with one hand on the wheel,
sure.
He's got it on the shifter. That's something we all would do.
That's right.
While we're driving. They are at least believable when they are behind the wheel, and it looks like they are driving, even though we know they're not. They're on a sound stage.
I did love when Devon Sawa there, he looked out the window and he briefly saw like what looked like a train. Right. In the image, again, foreshadowing, premonition. I like that.
Why is Stifler taking so damn? I always hated that. Like, why is he taking forever to open up the fucking door?
Because he's having an orgasm. Look at him. He's actually having an orgasm. No. He's going down. Don't tell me. I can't remember if this is how he goes. Something tells me it's not. Or he moves out of the way, but then he gets like hit by something else, like another train or something. I don't know. Can't fucking remember. Why don't you pull him out? Well, I guess yeah. Get out of the car.
We got to add more dramatic to the car now doesn't start.
Of course. And he's loves his car so much he's not willing to part with it. It's a nice car. I mean,
Not me. I go down with my car. If
you go down with your car,
I go down with the SS.
Yeah. It'd be hard. It'd be hard not to.
Now, see, here's the thing. He's saying it's not his time, and now death has got him locked in there because you saw that the death showed
That's
up.
right.
And,
It's his time. Get out of the fucking way.
Now he's
like a Stand By Me moment. Yeah.
Jesus, that train looked a lot closer there.
Okay, that looked like they got hammered. The fact that they escaped doesn't even...
The fact that always bothered me about this movie. I'm like, too close.
It's a great scene, but there's just no way.
Way too close. There's no way if the train was that fucking close. But still a good scene.
Oh, it's a great scene. Great suspense, great tension. Why is he crying like a baby? Jesus, somebody kill this wannabe Stifler. This guy who's cosplaying as Stifler. He's not Stifler.
Granted.
What's that?
Your wish is about to be granted.
Good. Oh, that's right. That's right. Good. Oh! Oh!
It's a good decapitation. It's a good decapitation.
It's just the sound design. I love it. I love the sound design. It's so great. It's so great. Props to the sound engineer. That was great.
Poor Stifler.
He was useless.
He was getting annoyed.
He was dead weight. He was a
Very
baby.
much.
And the douchebag is still alive. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my God.
It's got a little bit over dramatic.
He did. He got a little bit dramatic.
Not good dialogue that they wrote for the kid. Feel bad for him because I was like, hey, we're going a little over the top here.
Yeah. It's just the three of them now. It's just the three of them left, I think. He starts making out with her right there. Like, what's going on? Why?
See, now they're like, you're getting the sense that they're developing something.
Well, yeah. I mean, look what they've been through. Just going to leave the guy there. His car. He's still angry about his car.
I would too. That's a fucking ass.
Listen, I understand. I get it. Yep. If I was in my Challenger on the train tracks, it'd be hard. It'd be hard to get out of it.
I do. I want a little cottage house just like that in the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah. The older I get, the more I
want to be away from the world. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. Super chat. Jim Serrano, another super chat. Thanks very much, buddy. Says on VHS, you can see like a blue screen background outline before all their deaths. Really? I'd have to take a look. I don't have this movie on VHS. I don't actually know. You know what? I might, but I'd have to go into my VHS box and check it out.
I like how they've got his whole little cabin too, like super uber paranoid setup.
Yeah.
Like everything's got like a defense for everything.
Yeah.
Eating with gloves on.
He's Nancy from
But
Elm
it's good.
Street.
It's building suspense, and I like it.
Yeah.
Even though it's cheesy, I get it.
Agreed.
From a storytelling point
Agreed.
of view.
Yep. 100%. Agreed. Yep.
This is his. He's eating vegetables in a can.
That's
it. It was a very popular snack for us during the college days.
Robert Andrew Paul, super chat says, the train scene is epic. Great suspense. Agreed, Robert. Agreed.
Oh, I thought it was fruit.
No, I got David's super chat. David Lee Barron. Oh, no, I didn't. I did miss that one. David Lee Barron, super chat says, Dear Mr. Tony Michael, sir, I know you love your weed. Do you take CBD oil? I do. It helps calm the nerves, bruh.
No, not right now. Anyways, I mean, everyone keeps telling me about it. At some point, probably, I'll check out some CBD stuff. But people keep telling me that.
Nick says, Super Chat, Dave, ever beat the great Ghost and Goblins game? I can't remember if I've ever beaten it, but I certainly did like that Nintendo game. I really did like that. That was probably one of my favorite, other than Mario, and there was Zelda, but I was never a big Zelda fan. I was never into Zelda like some people were.
Same here. I tried Zelda, but yeah
I think because it was a top-down game, it just, I don't know, I wasn't crazy on it. At least I think
Mario.
was.
I take Mario any day over Zelda.
Yeah, Mario, I really liked, and Ghosts and Goblins I really liked. That Kung Fu game I really liked too, where you had to go through the different.
Because everybody was
levels.
Kung Fu fighting.
Yeah.
True fact. That's one of Undertaker's favorite songs. Mark Calloway.
Oh,
he said that in the documentary. Anytime he hears that at a restaurant, he'll actually break into it and just start singing it. And like, it's very taken back. Like if you're with him for the first time, that happens because you're like the Undertaker singing Kung Fu fighting.
Right. And apparently he gets up onto a table, strips down to his underwear.
He gets
takes
into
off his
it,
pants and starts swinging it. Yeah. He's naked, flapping around and just,
It's just like, I would love to see that. The Undertaker singing Kung Fu fighting.
Yes.
That'd be funny ass shit.
That lightning there, for a second, I don't even think that was lightning. It just looked like a bunch of white frames that went like this. Like they just stuck in a bunch of white frames, which can actually work, but that's funny. Well, obviously she doesn't die because she's in the second movie. And I don't think Devon Sawa's character dies. I don't think he's in the second one. I don't think.
No, he's not. He's killed off screen from what I remember. You see his death in like a news clipping or something, and she talks about it, I think, at one point, if I remember correctly. Someone fact checked me on that in the chat, but I believe you do see a newspaper clipping, and then she talks about it at some point.
Okay. Okay, well, forget this actor's name here, but the guy in the front seat with the glasses. Every time I see him, I think of The Fugitive. He was one of the marshals in The Fugitive. I think that's him. Or maybe I'm thinking of the wrong guy. I think it is him, minus the glasses, though. And he had different... I think that's him.
Michael Anderson, her death her payoff is in part 2 is horrible. I didn't like how they killed her off.
I can't remember part 2. I don't even think I've seen part 2.
Again, the only cool thing about part 2 is the freaking tree, the tractor trailer carrying the logs.
Right.
That's the only cool part about that film, and that's it.
For a minute, I thought that was a photo of Courtney Cox in the paper there.
Tiger Man. Anyone remember Golden Axe in the arcade or Street Fighter 2? Street Fighter 2, yes. My 2 favorite arcade games to play were Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, the first one, and Ninja Turtles. Everybody, though, played Ninja Turtles. That was one of the hardest games to get at our local arcade because everybody wanted to play Ninja Turtles. They actually ended up having to get 2 more, and even though, because that's how popular it was at the time, because Ninja Turtles in like the late 90s, or I'm sorry, not late 90s, late 80s, early 90s, it was fucking insane.
Do you remember the Ninja Turtles Nintendo game was very different from the arcade game, but then they made the arcade game a Nintendo game.
People were pissed. They're like, this is not what we wanted.
But actually the Ninja Turtles arcade game was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and they made it Ninja Turtles 2 on Nintendo, and it was really good. I liked it a lot better than because the graphics were so much better.
X-Men was good too. X-Men was another popular one in the arcade.
Yeah. Where
Wolverine went berserker and his freaking crazy claw shit would start to happen.
Now, how great would it be here if Jason Voorhees came out of the water and like tackled him? That'd be so great. No. The douchebags. Tell me the douchebag gets it. Does the douchebag survive this entire movie? That's wild if he does. That's wild. That's wild.
Flinner, what was your first video game system you own? Mine was Atari, and I actually just got an Atari to go with my little old school 80s television. I'm going to hook that up so I can play Atari the way I remember playing it as a kid. And then, of course, we got Nintendo and Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. That's where I cut off at for gaming. What about you?
Same.
Did you have Atari or was it Nintendo?
We had Atari. Of course, I was very young, but I do remember Atari and Pitfall. And I remember the boxing game on Atari was like 2 circles with like little arms that would go like this. You know, we had Atari, and then we had Nintendo. We had some kids went Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or Nintendo Sega. I went Nintendo Sega Genesis. Okay. And then after Sega Genesis, that's where I stopped. And then, of course, I got a PS2, I think was, and a PS. I went PS2.
My brother's got all his shit, man. Dude, he went from Sega Genesis to Dreamcast to N64. Wow. He's still got that. He's got his PlayStation and his Xbox. He's my brother's big into gaming. Yeah.
We are an hour and 22 minutes, 18 seconds into the movie here. We're coming up to we're definitely in the third act. We're at the climactic moments here. The FBI is chasing Devon Sawa's character through the woods. He's falling down.
We're getting close to, as they say in pornography films, the money shot.
That's right. Ooh, and he just almost smashed his face into a branch.
David Reed, first horror movie to ever scare you. Mine was The Exorcist, and The Exorcist still can get under my skin to this day. What about you, Dave?
I don't know. To scare me, I have no idea. Might have been The Exorcist.
Or get under your skin, you know.
Might have been The Exorcist. Yep. It might have been The Exorcist. Or Elm Street. Might have been the first Elm Street 1 or 2 to kind of, the Halloween films never scared me. I just thought they were cool.
I just thought they were great.
Yeah, just really cool. And
so fucked up. We think a serial killer is great.
But again, I'm watching it a different, like I can certainly see why, if I was older, how that would be scary. I mean, the premise of the original Halloween is very scary, and the way Carpenter wove that film, absolutely. But I didn't see it at a time. It didn't scare me as a boy. I've just come later in life to appreciate the techniques and the execution of a film that no doubt did scare a lot of people. I can understand why it did.
When I first saw Elm Street, when I was 6, I was just like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing ever."
Yeah.
It didn't scare me. I just thought it was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up to say at 6 years old, right?
Yeah. Again, water and electricity. I see a
pattern, right?
A pattern, yeah, in this movie, water and electricity. It's he's alive.
He's alive. We gotta do Frank at some point. He's alive.
Oh yeah, that's right, Frankenstein. And like the Saw movies, the Final Destination movies, I imagine just with every movie, things just get more and more ridiculous and insane. Nuttier, wild, crazy. What crazy death can we have this person, die? Like, how can we get this person to die? And it just becomes so sensational, so ridiculous that it's almost not even believable.
I mean,
or like the Fast and Furious movies too.
After 2.
Yeah, like I said, I think I've only seen this one.
Death is like, nah, bitch, I got you. I ain't letting you go.
Yep. Ooh.
Again, it's creative. You don't see what's
100%.
Them, but I like how Death is kind of blocking Alex to get to her to save her.
Right,
with creative ways, with the use of the power line, water,
the gasoline, water. Yeah. Or maybe that was water.
That's why I never understood why the critics. This has got like a 35% rating on Rotten, but fans like it. It's almost at 70% rating on Rotten.
I'm surprised it's not higher. It's just not supposed to be serious.
No, if you don't take it serious and you just have fun, it's a fun adventure horror film.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't really pay attention to critics.
It's just dumb.
That's why I don't watch critics on YouTube. I only watch guys like you or Wham or Cody.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell you the last time I actually watched a quote unquote critic on YouTube. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I don't ever watch reviews actually. He's going to sacrifice himself. That's what he should have done. That's what he should have done. He should have sacrificed himself to save her life. He dies. We see him die, but she survives and she carries on into the next movie.
Yep.
I think that would have been acceptable. I would have been down for that. I mean, I know that's what he's trying to do here, but that's what I know that's what this is supposed to be. He's sacrificing himself potentially to die and save her life, but he should have been dead. He should have been dead here because she's a strong enough character in this movie that you can carry her on to a sequel. He should be dead. It's too bad he's not.
He should be fried.
Fucking dead. He should be dead. Or maybe he is dead. I don't know. Again, it's been so long since I've seen this fucking movie. You're not breathing. Well, then just make sure he's dead. Maybe that is how it goes.
No, his death is announced in part 2.
Oh.
He lives through this.
Oh, that's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. Because that just would have been a good arc.
Ending.
And yeah. Because then
it came full circle. It gets him, and that's it. Stops.
That's right.
I agree.
6 months later, boy, this movie fucking flew by.
Yeah, it did. Because it's a fun adventure horror film.
It's a good pace. And the douchebag fucking survived. I can't believe the douchebag survived. You're right, and she's blonde now. I guess she carries that around.
I mean, she was good looking as brunette, but she is hot as blonde.
Fascinating.
It is fascinating watching people walk around with no cell phones. I'm so used to it now. It's just like, yep, this wasn't that long ago. This is what life was like.
Yeah. She almost looks more familiar to me as a blonde. What has she done? Is she gone on to do a lot of stuff, or I can't remember?
She pops up here and there. She's very attractive.
This douchebag survived. I would have fucking had him. Or maybe he does. Maybe he dies right here. Maybe he dies here. I don't know. I can't remember. If you had told me 6 months ago, I would never hang out with this guy. I would never be this guy's friend. He's a fucking dick.
Maybe that's all he needs. He just needs some McRae loving.
Just need some McRae loving. All right. You want some McRae loving? All right. I'll give you some fucking McRae.
It's a good hug.
Son of a bitch.
It's about him angry. Dave, man, damn.
Oh, geez, he didn't go down with his car. What can I expect? Or what can I say? They're drinking. Are these guys 21?
Well, in Paris, France is 18 to drink.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's like it is. It's like it is in Quebec here in Canada. You have to be 18. The rest of the country, though, in Canada, the drinking age is 19.
That's why me and my friends celebrated the new millennium, 2000, in Quebec, because we could drink. We couldn't drink. We weren't old enough yet.
Yeah. You're starting to realize, wait a minute. This isn't
That was fun night in Quebec. And we did the harbor cruise and watched the fireworks go off from the harbor cruise and shit.
Were you in Quebec City?
Yeah, Quebec City.
Quebec City.
Nice. Very nice, pretty historic town.
Oh, yeah.
Quaint. Has a quaintness to it, you know?
Yeah, I have to admit, I've never been there. I've seen a lot of photos, though, but I've never been there. I've been to Montreal a ton of times, but not to Quebec City.
Quebec.
Quebec.
That's all I kept hearing up there was Quebec.
Yeah.
Quebec.
The correct pronunciation is Quebec, but everybody says Quebec.
Quebec.
But wait a minute. Listen to the song. Ooh, that would be eerie. That kind of synchronicity does happen in life, and it's creepy.
It is creepy. Deja vu, eerie feelings, all that kind of stuff. Premonitions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Deja vu. I have deja vu a lot.
Oh, I do
I really
too.
do.
I do as well. Yeah. Wait, I'll go with you. We'll have sex. That would be funny if she said that. Can you imagine? We'll go. Come on. I have something that's stupendous. I just said that to get a reaction. Oh! Oh.
She can see it.
Now she can
She's
see
got
it.
the powers now.
Ooh. Oh.
She became Rey. He was Luke. Now she's Rey.
Yeah. Oh.
The Force is now with her.
It's going to fall. Fall in the douche. Fall in the douchebag. Yes. Oh, the douchebag saves his life.
Douchebag saves
No,
the
wait.
day.
But no, it's got to come back, right? Because it's on a... yes, I was just going to say it's on a swing. Yeah, exactly. It's on a swing. So it had to have come back.
Spoil it for you. I was like, man, I don't want to tell him he dies.
No, but that's good. I'm glad at the very end, because as soon as it went by, I was like, wait a minute, it's got to come back. Fascinating.
There's that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good ending, but it's a fun film. It's a good ending. I still think Devon Sawa, we should have seen him die
on screen.
Of course, we get that typical early.
He might not have wanted to come back. I don't know.
Stuff.
I have no idea why.
Oh yeah, no. Well, maybe they were under the impression that they were going to be able to convince him to come back, and that's why they didn't do that. Who knows? I have no idea. No idea at all. But hey, what's happening? What's doing? It is, let's move over to the chat room for a little bit and see what's going on over there. We had 160 people watching us tonight for Final Destination.
I honestly didn't even think we were going to crack 100, to be honest with you.
That
I didn't know
really
how
surprises me. Yeah, that really surprises me.
I think there's a bigger fan base out there than we give this film credit. And now I know there are diehard fans of the franchise. Like they love it all. And I think that's cool. But I do think we underestimate the appreciation of the first film, especially.
Yes. Yeah. That's true. That's true too. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Let's want to make sure. I don't think I missed any super chats. It does not look like it. Also, this might be a good time, Tony, to reiterate what you said at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah,
and so far, I think Todd is in the lead.
He's in the lead for that. Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, towards the beginning of the stream, I announced that the person with the highest super chat tonight, you will get, once our printing shops open up here, I'm going to have a professional print 11x17 made for the lucky winner of any photo that I've done on Instagram, whether now or even future photos. Because right now with COVID, everything's closed. So there's really going to be no rush for me to be able to get you a print. So you can totally hold off, and whoever the winner is, if it's you, Todd, we'll be in communication with each other on Instagram. And by the time my places start opening up again and I can get something printed for you or said winner, I may have uploaded 30 other images and you can still pick from that one. It's whatever is current at that time on Instagram. You can get that 11x17 print.
That's right. Yeah, very, very nice. And that specific super chat will go towards the Indiegogo campaign for tonight. Now, your opportunity to where all the super chats are going to go towards the Indiegogo campaign will be this Saturday. And just a reminder, this Saturday, again, July the 25th, 2020, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., Bruce and I are hosting the first It's Me Billy-a-thon, where we're taking nothing but super chat questions. And of course, there'll be a few surprises along the way. And of course, there's still a lot of perks available on the Indiegogo campaign. You can make donations as well. And everything raised via the It's Me Billy-a-thon through super chats will go towards the Indiegogo campaign. We'll announce the total and the tally at the end of the stream, and then once that comes in, I will add that to the campaign so everybody can see the number go up. Obviously, I won't be able to add it immediately right then and there because the super chats don't immediately come to me. I have to wait until they come in, and they won't be coming in until about I guess it'll be about the 20th of August is when whatever we do on the 25th of July, I will see that, and then I'll be able to add that. But this was very generous of Tony to offer this tonight. And but that specific super chat will go towards the campaign. So really, really cool. Thank you, Tony, again for doing that. That is really, really awesome. And cool stuff indeed. Zach Axiola says, Dave, since it's still July, can you guys do a Two Dudes and Some Bullshit for Independence Day? I don't know.
I think we're pretty booked right now because I know what we're doing next week.
We are, but but we'll do it eventually. Maybe,
for sure. Maybe, it might even be the fourth one we do next year for the fourth because we did Jaws.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. Maybe next year it's Independence Day, and I still know what you did last summer.
There you go.
Who knows? Although I hate that movie, but it's got Jennifer.
It's got your girl. It's for. It's got your girl. It's like It's me like watching Scream 3. It's like but it's got Nev. And like it's got Nev.
Right. It makes the torture that
it makes it more easy to watch because Nev's in Scream 3.
Right. Exactly. Super chat from David Lee Barron says, Dear Sir Piche, which do you think movie fans should rely on more, Rotten Tomatoes or Cinema Score?
It's how you feel about the movie. You should never let someone sway your opinion how you feel. It's like I forgot who it was who told me that when I first started doing YouTube videos and I was like all open about being a Halloween 4 fan, and then I ended up in like 9-hour debates with total strangers that I've never met before defending why I like it. And my brother was like, why are you defending to people on films that you like? You like what you like. And that at the end of the day should 100%. Be what it is. It's what you like. It doesn't give two shits what other people think.
100%. I could not agree more. I echo Tony's thoughts there. But I would say between the two, I would say Cinema Score. And the reason for that is because Cinema Score generally tallies a first impression thoughts from people exiting the movie theater. So, and it's not movie critics, it's not movie pundits, it's just your general audience. They've literally just seen the movie and they give a score as they're exiting the movie theater. Now, the downside to that is that sometimes you need to let things marinate for a bit. You need to let things soak in a bit. The first time I watched The Last Jedi, I did not like the movie, and I said that. But it took me about 2 weeks to realize how much I fucking hated it, because I was like this, like I started to think about it more, and I started to, think about all the problems. Whereas if I had offered a score, the first time, because nobody wanted to not like The Last Jedi. And look, there are people that do, and that's great. But there are a lot of people that were really disappointed by it. And I was almost in shock when I left the theater. I was almost in shock at how poor of a second act that movie was, and how it just was terrible, in my opinion. And there are things I can point to and measure. I mean, it is an informed opinion. It's certainly not just an emotional one. But I think I was in shock. So I may have given it a slightly better score as soon as I left the theater than I would have if I was asked a week later, because I had more time to marinate, to sit on it, to think about it. I may have given it a D as opposed to an F or something like that. But it's Cinema Score. Rotten Tomatoes is, it's interesting. Rotten Tomatoes is a score that is obviously
it's agenda driven. Rotten Tomatoes is agenda driven.
It can be, and there's a lot of the thing with Rotten Tomatoes that people have to remember too is that what critics can do is, it's like they tally up all it's like they tally up all of the fresh scores and then they come up with an average, but you can still have like a rotten score can still be 3 out of 5, or there's a certain way it's done. It's not done individually. It's done by totals and how many people gave it a fresh score. But a fresh score can be like, for example, I can give a Rotten Tomatoes score out of 10 a 6 out of 10, but that's fresh. That's fresh. A 6 out of 10 is fresh. So you can give the movie a 9 out of 10, and I can give the movie a 6 out of 10. And according to the rating, it means the exact same. So that's where it's tricky. But you gave it a 9 and I gave it a 6. So clearly you liked it more than me. But on Rotten Tomatoes, we'll both show up with tomatoes beside our names.
Yep.
And so there's nuance there that is almost not factored into the score. I believe, and again, I stand to be corrected, but I believe that is generally Cliff Notes version what it's like with ratings. So it's not individualized that way. Whereas if I go 5 and under, then it's rotten. But I could give a movie a 5 out of 10, and you could give a film a 1 out of 10, and we both show the. But yet I liked it more than you. I liked it significantly more than you because I gave it a 5 out of 10 and you gave it a 1 out of 10. So obviously there was some significant things I liked better than you, but we both get a. So there's no, like, you have to take that into consideration as well, that just because somebody has a tomato beside their name, look at their score. What did they give it? Did they give it a 10 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10? Because a 7 or a 10 or a 6, a 6 might, I don't know, it depends, but there's that too. And like Tony said, I mean, there's a lot of, listen, you know, there's a lot of bias that enters into Rotten Tomatoes. There are a lot of people that try to be, you know, as objective as they possibly can. There are certainly good critics on there that try to be as objective as they possibly can. But there are, I'm telling you, when Billy Bob's Movie Blog, you know, gives The Rise of Skywalker a 1 out of 10 and The Last Jedi a 9 out of 10, I can't fucking take you seriously. I just can't. I just can't take you seriously. You know, clearly it's somebody who is jaded by the Star Wars, you know, and just all this, you know, and I'm not saying that that's just that with the, you know, with that, you see that in a lot of instances. Rotten Tomatoes is it's, you know, I would pay more attention to the critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes than the fan rating on Rotten Tomatoes than I would the critic rating. I mean, the critics gave The Rise of Skywalker, I think like a 49 or 50%, whereas the fans, it was like 86% or something like that. So, I mean, that's a big differentiation there.
Just to give you an insight of
always use it as a generalization. What are the critics saying? Just to get a general idea, but always judge a movie yourself. Always judge a movie yourself. And never be afraid. If you like Halloween 5 and you think it's the greatest fucking Halloween movie ever, own it and love it. I can never take that away from you.
Exactly. I mean, I get so many messages, you know, from people responding to like an Instagram story saying, you know, like for example, I saw a house that looked literally like, I was like, oh shit, man, this looks like the Myers house from Halloween 5. It's abandoned and it's like the perfect location.
I saw that.
Yeah, like, but I'm not going to do a Halloween. I'm not going to do a Halloween. No, 5.
I saw you say no, it ain't happening. I think you said
it ain't happening. Not doing Halloween 5, but I am going to do.
But it's perfect for it.
Oh, totally perfect because it literally looks like it.
It does.
But I'm going to do Valak, Pennywise there, Annabelle, and a couple other characters because it just inside has that vibe to it. But I know people who are a fan of that film, and it's your right to be a fan of Halloween 5, and it's not up to me or Dave or anybody to tell you shouldn't like something. Like, no, man, if you're a fan, you're a fan, you know?
Exactly.
That's why I've been very out and about being more of a fan of Sackhead Jason versus the hockey mask version of
100%.
Jason.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, people are too, like, you know, I need people to understand that I'm a very theatrical person. I use satire a lot on the channel. I go to the extreme to make points and, you know, dog shit show, you know, garbage. And I can understand that if somebody, you know, if somebody who watches me, likes my views, and I say that their favorite movie, unbeknownst to me, it's not like it's personal. I don't know you. But if there is somebody out there that their favorite movie is The Last Jedi, and I call it a gigantic piece of dog shit in the springtime as the snow is thawing, I can certainly understand how that might make, well, that sucks, you know, but I mean, I gotta be me, you know, but it's not personal. If you really do love the movie, I think that's great. I mean, that's amazing, right? But I gotta be me and you gotta be you.
Exactly. That's like, you know, I don't hate on people who like the 2018 Halloween film. I'm not a fan of it, but if it hit a note for you, I think that's great. I have high hopes for Kills. I want, trust me, I want to like these movies. It didn't hit with me, you know, for what I walked out of there feeling, and, you know, and I've said that before. So, but if you liked it and you thought it was great, dude, it's fucking badass. We're getting two more.
That's it.
Because of that.
100%. Gary Rangel says, Dave, my Black Christmas Blu-ray took a while to be shipped. It should arrive tomorrow. Tomorrow night, maybe you meant? I don't know. But I'll let you know my thoughts on your next McRae Live episode. Cool. Well, my next McRae Live will be tomorrow morning. Maybe you'll have it by then. I don't know. But yeah, tell me what you think. If you really like slow burn, mood, old school, I think you'll enjoy it. But it is an acquired taste. Not everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Super chat from DreedMem77 says, Dave and Tony, I just saw Ford versus Ferrari this past weekend and really enjoyed it. Have you seen it? What were your thoughts on it? I've yet to see it, but I still have to see it.
Great movie.
That's what I hear.
Loved it. Great movie. If you're into cars like I am, and especially if you know anything about the rivalry between Ford and Ferrari back then, it's just, I mean, of course, you're getting Christian Bale, Matt Damon. I mean, and so many other great actors in there as well, too. But obviously, Damon and Bale are the key to the film. Just great movie. Great fucking
for
movie.
sure.
And fucking Damon plays Shelby fucking perfect. Perfect. He plays Shelby perfect.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. We almost watched it the other night, my girlfriend and I, but we settled on Changeling instead, which did not disappoint. I mean, Angelina Jolie was fantastic in that movie. And, Eastwood, man, I mean, whoever would have thought back in the day, back in the 70s, like the guy, go ahead, make my day. I mean, that guy was going to become such a prolific director. I mean, whoever would have thought? I mean, he's fucking amazing, So, yeah, loved that one. Let's see here. Warren Armour says, if we lived in the 1800s, we would not be enjoying movies or picture shows. We are blessed.
Forget that, man. Not even just that, but think about hygiene. You think about I'm shocked as we as a civilization made it as far as we made it. Because think about the shit they didn't have back in the 1800s that we have and take for granted today, like a hot shower and all the soaps and stuff and toothbrushes and things to keep ourselves. Just think about that for a moment and reproducing, okay?
100%,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm surprised we made it this far.
Oh, yeah, 100%. David Lee Barron says, Dark Knight 2 dudes, love Batman. I would like to do... maybe start with Batman Begins or something. That might be kind of fun too. Yeah,
although I would personally love to do Keaton's Batman '89 first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go a little retro. Do some.
That'd be good to do around the holidays. Actually.
That would be good to do around the holidays. Yes, I agree. Yes. Jim Serrato, again, super chat. Thanks, buddy. Thoughts on film $1 Million Baby 2004? It's a great movie. Hilary Swank, Clint Eastwood. He directed it as well. Swank, I believe, did she win the Oscar for that or was she just nominated? I think she won the Oscar for that. I can't remember. I always get Boys Don't Cry and that one. Did she win for Boys Don't Cry or did she just get nominated? I can't remember if she
won the Oscar for it.
She won the Oscar for $1 Million Baby, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's Eastwood. He's amazing. I mean, Eastwood movies like Mystic River and Unforgiven and Absolute Power and In the Line of Fire.
I love that movie, Mystic River with Sean Penn and Bacon and Tim Robbins. That's such a great movie.
It's such a great movie. It is. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You know what movie we have to watch? Somebody mentioned it here in the chat, and we do have to do this. We have to watch Predator. We got to get Predator in there. Yeah. We'll get Predator in there very soon. Come on.
What's the line if it bleeds?
Oh, the line is Mac. I think it's Mac, right? I think that's Ventura's name or something. No, maybe that's... Yeah. No, is it Mac? Maybe that's the other guy. Anyway, so you're bleeding. And, he's looking up. He's like, I ain't got time to bleed. I love it. I mean, how badass... How badass are you? What kind of how badass of a character are you? I mean, nothing says I am a badass, masculine man, testosterone, adrenaline pumping man. Like I ain't got time to bleed.
Let me tell you something, dude. In real life, I would double down. I would bet my literally everything on if Jesse and Hogan were to actually go at it in a fight, Jesse would fucking kick the shit out of him.
Right.
And I know Ventura hated Hogan for real. And even Savage. If Savage and Hogan, I think Savage would have fucking tore him a new one. I think Hogan was just a big dude who could fucking wrestle, but I just think when it came down to throwing down, I think dude would get stomped on by a lot of people in that locker. And Jesse was one of them. Jesse was a badass.
Oh, Jesse Ventura. Oh yeah, for sure. Former Navy SEAL and fucking, he was huge. He was a big guy. He was a very big guy. For sure. David Lee Barron, thank you, David, says, just saw Richie Rich last night. Super fun movies. The one with Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
That one? I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I think my favorite Macaulay Culkin movie, beyond the obvious of Home Alone, is definitely The Good Son. I mean, that's like...
Guys, that's not Devontae. He's actually asking a serious question, because that actually is the thing. The chat room thinks Devontae's back. No, Camden said, Dave, what's up with that, in parentheses, Dave McRae exposed video on YouTube? I've been meaning to ask you that too, because I actually came across that here recently, not that long ago. That is a legit video. So Camden wasn't, from far as I can see, he wasn't trolling. That is actually a real video.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that to me about, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I clicked on the link, and as soon as I heard some weird robot voice, I just was like, oh, I can't listen to this, and clicked away. So I don't even know what it is. I don't care. No, I have no idea who it is. I don't even know what the video is about, because as soon as I heard, oh, wow, I just like, I can't listen to this. And well, of course it's a troll thing. Of course. I mean, anybody that's going to, make a video, Dave McRae exposed, I'm just kind of like, exposed what? Did I, like, if you're going to, if you're going to make a video exposing someone, then that tells me that I've been deceiving people somehow. Like I've been lying to people or deceiving people. And as far as I know, that wasn't what the video was about. It was something about Halloween fan films or something. So something like that. So I just was like,
saying he insulted your cinematography, and he also said you make fake interviews.
Oh, what? Great. Okay. Well, good for him. All the power, folks.
Johnson literally, but like,
folks, what you have to understand is I don't care. I don't care. I'm glad you guys got my back and you're all like, Dave, what do you think? I don't care. They can make a video on YouTube saying Dave McRae likes eating dog shit, and here's the evidence, and they can Photoshop my face on somebody eating dog. I don't care. I don't care.
It took me a long time
because anybody with a brain, anybody who watches a video like that, who has any sense of an IQ is going to be like, oh, okay, this is clickbait nonsense, right? I mean, I don't care. As soon as I heard that, I clicked away. I don't even know what he says about me. I have no idea. I don't have time to listen to that kind of stuff. So I clicked away and I forgot about it. So, I just couldn't, I couldn't care less. Listen, folks, when you put yourself out there and you put yourself online and you put yourself out there and everywhere, that's the reality. And people, you open yourself up to people doing that kind of thing. And the fact of the matter is that, people, not everybody likes me. There are people that like me. There are people that don't like me. There are people that think I'm a pretentious piece of dog shit douchebag and condescending and arrogant, and they can think that all they want. And then there are people that get me and understand my humor and my wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and the satire and all that kind of stuff. But, I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to do what I do and let the chips fall where they may. And if somebody with a robot voice wants to make a video exposing me, knock yourself out of it. Makes them feel better.
Yeah, that was dealing with trolls. I thought I would be prepared for it, but I don't think you can really be prepared for it and how you're going to handle it and react. And that was something that took a while for me, that I had to let it go. You know what I mean? Let trolls go.
It can be tough.
Sometimes, we're human. We all make mistakes. I know I've had a moment or two here during the streams with you guys that you look back on and go, I could have handled that better, but again, it's human mistake. And I've definitely, from where I was to where I am now, I can handle it a lot better because I
noticed that too, dude. I noticed that with you as well.
It just took a while. It's just like you think you can handle it. You're like, and then all of a sudden it starts happening. You're like, oh shit, maybe but you just, when you associate with the right people, like me associating with Dave once a week, and people around me, that I create with and whatnot, when you have that positive vibe and you have people that are level-headed talking, like, dude, just don't let it get to you. And then when it finally clicks, and it literally does, it's like a light bulb clicking and turning on, you're like, oh, and right. you become so much more relaxed. And I think people can tell, if you look at me pre Friday the 13th part 5, I was still finding my niche. Since then, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm like 1,000 times more relaxed since since that moment, and where I finally said, okay, I need to let it go, not get so overreactive and just chill. I think you can see the difference of being even on the show with you here now.
Yeah, I do. I do notice that. And I notice even a difference from when we first started the show and some of the things that you would tell me off camera, and certain things you would deal with, whether it was over on Instagram or whether it was here on the show. I do notice a huge improvement in that, where you're just like, it's the
let
reality.
It go. And be like, okay, if they're going to hate, they're going to hate. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that it's an overused cliche. But, cliches are sometimes cliches for reasons. And, in this case, it is true. It is most of the people that make these types of videos or comment in the comment section or accuse me of having 9 different accounts, being 9 different people, because they would really want that. I mean, that's what they would want, because it makes it, it's great fodder, right? For them. And it's great, fuel and all that kind of stuff. Anybody that they at the end of the day, they probably don't lead very fulfilling lives, because anybody that takes a lot of energy and time to be angry, to make those types of videos, to call somebody out and to live like that, they're generally probably not very happy people. And, they can be jealous of your success. And that sounds like, a cop out, but it can be true. They can be, they can just not, they cannot like that people like you. They don't like that you're, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, there's a number of reasons. I don't pretend to understand the deep psychology of it, but there is a psychology around it. And I've always found it interesting. But when I started to put myself out there, I knew that this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. It was one of the reasons why I came so strong out of the gate. And I did rub some people the wrong way very early on, being very strong by saying things like, I don't give a fuck what you think of. And people were it was very sort of strong. And I did that on purpose, just so everybody knew where I was coming from. Everybody knew that this is who I am. Here's where I'm coming from. Here's what you're going to get. I didn't do that to seem pretentious. I'm not a pretentious person, although I do understand how sometimes it can be interpreted that way. I'm just a blunt person, and if there's something I don't like, or if there's something I feel strongly about, I'm not afraid to say it. And I think sometimes that can rub people who are insecure or have inferiority complexes or aren't happy with their own lives, or, they see a window where they can, call somebody out or get attention but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't care. I mean, now and for a long time, I just give, I've been doing this for a while because I think it's fun. A troll, I guess they're a troll, or they'll say something negative or something in the comments, section, like, God, I wish this guy would shut up, or something like that. And I will respond as myself, because if it's me as me. If you see somebody that sounds like me or who's pretending to be me, it's not me. You'll know it's me because you'll see Dave McRae. And I've been responding to things like that, like, yeah, I know what you mean. I can't stand this fucking blowhard. He never shuts up. And usually that shuts them up because they don't know how to respond back to that, because they're trying to get under your skin, but they realize, well, he's just going with it, and I'm going with it because I think it's funny. I think it's funny to respond like that. So I have really thick skin. It takes a lot to get under my skin. And like I said, it goes back to my father. It's not that a light. Did I have light? I think a light went out over there. Anyway, I've changed the bulb. It goes back to my dad. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times, is that, my dad was a very sort of, he could be a very controversial writer, and he knew how to stir the pot, but then he knew how to write beautiful things at the same time. And I learned a lot from my dad, and how my dad handled hate mail and emails and all that kind of stuff. And my dad said, son, the question is not whether they like you or hate you. The question is, are they reading you? Because my dad was a writer. And the answer is yes, and anybody who ever said, I can't tell you how many times, I'm never fucking watching you again 2 weeks later. So what is that? And they're leaving a comment. Of course they're going to watch you because they can't not, Anyway, I went off on a tangent there, but I was just trying to add to Tony's point. It's just something I don't care about. I find it more amusing than anything. It never gets under my skin. So this, what's it called? Dave McRae Exposed or something?
Something like that. I don't know.
Something like that. I all power to him. I maybe make another one. Expose me again. I don't care. Yeah. Expose me with what? What exactly is he exposing? I don't know. Are there nudes of me that I don't know about or something? There aren't, by the way.
Nudes, Dave, that I took of you. Shh.
Right, exactly.
He's just wearing the Michael mask, and then we changed it up and did the Jason mask.
That's right. It's me under there, folks. That ripped, chiseled Arnold body. It's all me. I'm telling you, it's all me.
CM, yes, Bronx Tale, and I spelled it wrong. I spelled it Tail. I meant Tale.
Oh yeah, because it's a tail, isn't a
tail? Yeah. I agree with you. It's a very underrated film. That's because someone asked me if I had box sets back there. No, those are just the old school, the double VHS for Godfather 1 and 2, double VHS for Scarface, and then Goodfellas and A Bronx Tale. I know I spelled it wrong. Don't kill me in the chat room. Those are the movies that are underneath the Wallace phone. I call it the Wallace phone, even though it wasn't in the movie.
No, I call it the Wallace phone. Every time I see him, like, oh, there's Tony's Wallace phone. That's the way to do it.
Do a Bronx Tale. That would be a good movie to do.
That'd be fun to do. I haven't seen that. There's another one I haven't seen in ages. Seen it in ages. David Lee Barron, super chat. Thanks, buddy. Dear Dave, have you seen The Last Jedi? If so, what are your deep thoughts on it? Joking. I think it's great that
just wake me up, guys, when it's done.
Dude, I am so amazed that I have viewers, or we, because obviously this is our show, that we have supporters on this channel that will spend $5 just to say something like that. That's what I find funny. Blue Raven Film says, hey Dave, how did you do the title for It's Me Billy? The title for It's Me Billy? You mean on the poster?
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, how did I come up with the title? Well, I came up with the title. No, he's talking about the font. Oh, you mean the font? Well, the font was okay. Well, the title obviously is self-explanatory because it's a line that he says in the original movie. It's me, Billy. Agnes, don't tell him what we did. It's me, Billy. It's very creepy, right? So I thought that was a fun and interesting kind of title. And then the font actually was different initially. And then it was Cecil Laird of The Horror Show. Shout out to Cecil if he's watching. He was going to interview me on his show, on his channel last summer of 2019. And the same show that after the show was done, he proposed and offered me the job of Freddy in Dylan's New Nightmare. But he had done up a title card for the interview that he was going to do with me. And for It's Me, Billy, because he was going to talk about that as well. He had this font that I know not everybody likes the font. There are some people that are like, I'm not really crazy on it. But it wasn't just arbitrarily put together, because I was looking for a font like that. And I said to Cecil, I said, what font is that? And he says, well, actually, it's called Christmas on Crack. And I'm like, oh, so it is a Christmas font. And he's like, yeah, it's a very weird, surreal. Some people have thought it's kind of has like a Tim Burton-y vibe. But it's called Christmas on Crack. And I was like, oh, I really like this. So I took it, I put it on the poster, played around with it, added blood dripping from the bee. But we like it. It's a very surreal sort of whimsy. We like the whimsy of it, and how it goes against traditional horror font or something like that. There's a magical whimsy about it. And it's ironic because of the evil that is really happening with, you know, at that time of year. But there's a sort of a fun, I know not everybody's likes it, but then I have had a lot of people reach out to me who get it, who are like, oh, I totally get it. It's cool. You know, and I'm like, yeah. So that's kind of how it came to be. Yeah. The font is called Christmas on Crack. And there you go.
I just know Tony on weed. And hey, by the way, we got 2 super chats here. I'm going to get Archie Riverdale's. You just got to go up and get Frank's.
Okay, I'll get Frank's. You get Archie's.
Archie, $5 super chat. Great movie. I loved it. Final Destination. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Sometime it would be cool to do the very first Friday the 13th. My generation don't know that one too much, or Scream, the first Scream. We've actually done both those films. If you go back on the previous, or I don't know how it works, Dave, right? How does it work? How do they find it on your channel?
Well, just go to my channel and scroll down and you'll see a playlist of all the Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Click on the playlist and it'll come up. Yeah, we did the, here, you know what? I'll do it. I'll get you, I'll just let you know what episode it is. Let's see. Two Dudes, Friday the 13th.
We definitely did those two, Scream and Friday.
We did. So Two Dudes and Some Bullshit, Friday the 13th. Was the original was episode 52. It's from 6 months ago. So just YouTube Two Dudes and Some Bullshit episode 52 and you'll get it. You'll get it. We've done Friday the 13th part 6, part 2, part 5.
We got a lot to go though.
We got a lot to go, but we've done the 2009 movie, part 2, have we done 3?
No, we haven't done any. We haven't done 3
or 4 yet. We got to do 3 or 4.
We haven't started a Kane Hodder run yet either.
No, we haven't. We haven't. Yeah, we totally have to do that. You're right. And then I'll get Frank
to do those movies.
For sure. Frank Riker sends a super chat, says, Dave, DNT, Dave and Tony, I was painting Blum's nails. Of course you were, Frank. Frank is amazing. And asked about kills. He slapped me yelling, enough! Let's talk about my remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street with Bob Saget as Freddy. Yeah.
Where instead of he kills people, he cleans them to death.
He cleans them to death. That's right.
Cleans them with bleach, cleans them with Clorox, cleans them
that's
with
right.
Ajax,
That's
and his
right.
Mop. His mop is his tool.
That's it. Cleans them to death with a squeegee. That's some funny shit, man. Frank, I can always count on Frank to make me laugh like that. It's so great. Let's see here. David Lee Barron says, any news on Cobra Kai 3 or Stranger Things 4? Well, Stranger Things 4 has just entered into production again. So that's still shooting. Cobra Kai 3, when? I guess that whenever that deal, I don't know when they're going to release that.
It's done. They've moved to Netflix. Excuse me. And I think it's December.
Oh, is it December? Is it? Okay. We'll look out for it for then. Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that because I really like the first 2 seasons a lot. Zach Axiola says, Dave, is The Last Jedi the worst Star Wars film for you, or are the prequels still worse in your eye? No, I would say The Last Jedi is worse. I mean, I don't like the prequels really, but The Last Jedi was just, I've said this 1,000 times. The Last Jedi was, still is, and probably will be for a very long time, the single most disappointing movie-going experience of my entire life. I have never walked out of a movie theater more disappointed, more in shock than I was after leaving the theater watching The Last Jedi. Let's just say that. Crazy.
And I was wrong about Cobra Kai, guys. 2021 from what it's saying here. I'm sorry, the deal with Netflix, they haven't finished acquiring it. They're still, I guess they're working out the finer detail. I thought that was done. So it looks like summer 2021. Yeah, that's a big push.
It's a big push.
Especially for a 10-part episode series that's already ready to go.
Right, exactly.
It's not like they need to. They're done. It's done. Like they just need to release it. I don't know. That's a summer 2021. It's a
long way away.
It is a long. It's a big gap between the seasons kids too.
Yes. Oh, it's like a year and like two.
Yeah,
two
these are supposed to be high school kids still. You know what I mean? And
yes.
the All Valley is under 18.
Well, yeah. And Cobra Kai season 2 was last year. So you're looking at like 2.5 years.
2-year gap, which make these kids high school graduates.
Well, it's already locked, but season 4, if they do it, that's crazy. Bobby Hall, Super Chat says, Dave and Tony, do you think H2 should have had a scene where Lori finds out that Michael is her brother? Maybe Nurse Marion could have told her at the end. I don't think it's needed, but certainly,
you got the scene there, the scene with her mom, and she's like, yeah, I'm not your mother.
Yeah, I never took that to mean that Lori figured it out.
No.
That's more for, that's more for the audience. I think that was just more, look, if you take Halloween 2 for what it is, I think Lori has always known something was wrong. And I think she's suppressed a lot of those memories in her subconscious. That's why it's coming out through a dream, right? She probably didn't really remember that conversation with her mother, but she's having this dream and it's suppressed memories that are coming to, it's coming from her subconscious mind to her conscious mind and in the form of a dream. And so I think she always sort of knew something was off. But I don't think necessarily when she woke up in the hospital from that dream at that moment that she was like, oh my God, Michael's my brother. I don't think that was there at all. I think that was just really more for the audience. I've always said that, and you've heard me say this, that it was unnecessary to even have that because we never discover that Lori, we never have the satisfaction of watching the character of Lori find out that it's not needed, but we never have that satisfaction as an audience seeing Lori discover that she is the sister of Michael. Dr. Loomis knows, Marion knows, but we don't see her ever find out. It ends before we ever
see her acknowledge it is in H2O when she has the conversation.
Right, exactly. So if you change the dream sequence from I'm not your mother to just her in the closet from an hour earlier being attacked by Michael. She's having a nightmare, which could make sense. And you change, the dialogue around in the car to just something else, which wouldn't be too hard. You can leave the rest of the movie the same. The rest of the movie can play out the same and nothing changes because we never actually see her find that out. And some people have said, well, but she calls Michael by his name at the end, Michael, and that shows you, it doesn't show anything. Jimmy told her about Michael Myers at the bedside. So she knew it was Michael Myers. Because,
Jimmy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Anyway, I think it would have been neat. Yeah, I think it would have been cool. It would have solidified the narrative a bit more. It would have made it airtight, let's say. Yeah, it would have been okay. It wouldn't have changed anything really. South Pie 82 Super Chat. I can't wait for 2 dudes Rob Zombie Halloween. Oh my God. Next Monday.
Next Monday.
Frank Riker says, for all the sexy MFers in the chat, thank you so much, Frank. And thank you again, Frank, for your generous contribution to the perk and to the donation today on the It's Me, Billy Indiegogo campaign. Again, folks, the It's Me, Billy Indiegogo campaign is live. The link is in the description. Please go there. Anything you can offer, donation. It's only $5 US, I think, to get your name in the end credits. Every little bit helps. Check out the other perks as well and see if there's anything there that interests you. We got to keep this train going. Things have slowed down a bit, which is understandable, but we got to keep this train going. And anything is greatly appreciated. We think you guys are amazing. So thank you so much. A couple more here. David Lee Barron, what was the best movie-going experience you ever had? For me, I take it you mean like in the theater. Ooh.
I think I've mentioned this several times on here. For me, I always go back to my childhood because it's still fresh in my mind to this day. Was when me and my buddies saw Home Alone, and the first time seeing it for the first, just because of how everybody just was cracking up in the theater. It was a good theater audience. We all just had fun with the film, and just all around good time, good fun time at the theater.
Gotcha.
I always think back to that movie. It was just a good time out with your friends,
Right. Yeah. I remember you saying that. Yeah. I can totally see that. For me, I'll say this is not it, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. And I think it's for a very specific reason. In 2004, it's going to seem so funny because I've seen so many great movies in the theater that I've walked out that, like, if I look at it a little more objectively, but from an emotional point of view, I think there's a reason why it stands out to me. I had just broken up with my girlfriend and she had just left me. And it was and at that time, I'm 25 years old. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to go through a breakup anytime, right? But it was a very emotional breakup, very, very emotional. A lot of drama and weight and all that kind of stuff.
I think we all have one like that in our life,
Yeah, for sure. And so my buddy and his girlfriend took me to see National Treasure with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, that's a good movie. I love that movie.
It's a good movie. Oh, yeah, it's a good movie. And I remember sitting there, leaving the theater, and I remember saying to him, God, I had so much fun watching that movie. That was a fun movie. It was such a fun movie. And it felt like, I felt like I needed that. I needed something to lift my spirits, something that was, and I just had a really fun time watching that movie. I mean, it's a bit of an oddball. Like, really? National Treasure? I'm not saying it's the best movie. No, it's not the best movie. But I think it's a combination of, where I was in my life and what I'd been going through. And I think that was just a kind of a perfect storm. And that always stands out to me. It always stands out to me as a moment where I remember leaving the theater going, that was so much fun. You know what I mean? But I'm sure if I look at things a little more objectively, I could pick out, 10 other movies that probably are.
Well, yeah, because I'm staring at. I saw The Karate Kid in theater, loved that. But I saw that with my grandfather. I saw E.T. in the theater, saw that with my dad. Amazing. There's a lot of movies that it's hard to like. But Home Alone, I think the reason why that was one of the first films I saw alone with friends because we were about 11 at the time when that came out.
Yes.
I was just beginning the early stages of being able to go to the movies alone with a group of friends. Right. So I think that's why that stands out. But I mean, Karate Kid with my grandfather was, another great memory, experience at the theater.
For sure. All right, we'll go another 5 minutes, folks. Another 5 minutes. Southpaw 82, watching the series again. H2O is the worst. Dog shit. I don't know if it's the worst, but yeah, I don't think it's the worst, but it's not my favorite. I don't. There's a lot of things about H2O I don't like, but it's one of Tony's. Chris Baber sends a super chat, says to Billy. Billy thanks you, Chris. Billy thanks you.
Billy.
That's right. But Billy.
It all comes back to Halloween one way.
That's right. Cookie woman.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul, I give you all. No keys, but please, my Paul. Blood Red Skies sends in a super chat. H18 reminds me of Rob Zombie's H2. Well, that's interesting. Because Laurie putting on Michael's huge mask looked exactly like Dr. Sartain when he put on Michael's huge mask.
In the alternate cut of Rob Zombie's 2. I just saw that like in
Laurie
the last
Laurie put on Michael Myers' mask?
There's I'm glad they changed this because it's so bad. There's an end. Do you want me to tell you?
Oh, you mean Laurie from Rob Zombie's 2?
Scout. Yeah.
Oh,
Scout.
Okay. I thought he was talking about Laurie.
Mask in an alternate ending that they did.
No, I didn't know about
She gets killed, I think, there as well too. Just a weird scene. Yeah, I remember going, that was a bad creative decision, and I'm glad they opted not to go with that. But
I didn't know about that. I'll have to check that out. Oh, Paul, I give you all. Edwin Sordo says, hey, Dave and Tony, would you watch Lives for a week? It would be interesting. Would you switch Lives for a week? It would be interesting. Would I switch Lives for a week if it was possible? Yeah, sure. Why not? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. It's always fun to walk in someone else's shoes and see what life would be like. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Get to live in Canada and get to say a boot all day. A boot.
A boot. Yeah. Nobody says a boot here. Not here in the GT, not in Toronto. If you want a boot, you got to go out east. If you want it's more of a boat, actually. Robert Thidoff says, is there any movie you really liked years ago, but you can't stand to watch now? I don't
If I liked it years ago, there's a good chance I still like it today.
Yeah. I mean, there's movies that I liked years ago as a kid that I watch now, and I'm like, oh, it's not as, like, I can, you know.
Like, you've outgrown it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a few that I've outgrown.
Yeah, but certainly, I don't think there's anything, like, there's, you know, I love the question, is there a movie you fucking just absolutely hate that you kind of like now? And it's like, no, because I fucking hate it. No, not at all. If there's a movie I hate and I can't stand, not at all. I don't think so at all. It's the way it is.
Yeah, I'm going through my collection and just like, is there anything that I've outgrown that no, because everything here I will still watch. I mean, I don't watch it all the time, but
yeah.
I would say that there may have been a movie or two. I can't think off the top of my head that I've outgrown that I don't watch anymore. I'm sure there is. I just honestly can't.
Dude, this past weekend, my girlfriend and I were thinking about going to the drive-in near us because last week we wanted to go because Jaws was playing, but it was sold out. And so this weekend, or this past weekend, it was no longer playing, but there was a double feature of Goonies and the Gremlins. Ooh. And it was sold out because the movie theaters are not open here at all. Like, there's no movie theaters here open. So the drive-ins are like sold out, like they sell out like crazy. But what's crazy is
this early on, like that there could be a rise of the drive-in again.
Well,
I'm telling you,
for sure, but once the winter hits, it's not going to be. But what's funny is that I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, you know, what's crazy is that I saw Gremlins in the drive-in back in 1984 when it was released. I went with my mom and my sister to the drive-in to watch Gremlins. And I said, how funny would it be, 36 years later, watching Gremlins at the drive-in again? That would be so cool. But when I went online to get tickets, because you had to get tickets online, sold out. Like, it was, so I'm pretty sure next weekend is probably already sold out. Like, because there's nowhere else to watch a movie. So they sell out like crazy, but I'm like, God damn, I really wanted to see these old classics that they're bringing back, 80s classics.
Sure.
Would be really cool. And a double feature of the Goonies and then Gremlins. I'm in, fucking in. Let's do it. But unfortunately, it was all sold out, so just didn't happen. Blood Red Sky, Super Chat, any movie you can't watch because it holds bad memories? Not for me. Tony, for you?
Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's, Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, well, yeah. Last Jedi, I guess. Last Jedi.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going down that rabbit hole, Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, Freddy's Dead.
I think he probably means more of like any personal, like it's a movie you used to watch with your dad and, somebody passed away and you can't watch it, like that kind of thing.
No, but like Karate Kid, because in Friday the 13th.
But of course that wouldn't be bad memories. That would be good memories, just hard to watch. Yeah.
It's hard to watch because my grandfather's not here, because those were movies I watched with him, and it's tough.
Right.
I often think about that when I do watch those movies, that how much we loved watching especially the first 4 Friday films he loved, and the first Karate Kid films he really liked.
Gotcha.
So I can't think of a bad one.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Bobby Hall, D&T, do you think Sartain was a deliberate homage to Dr. Wynn from H6, or was it a coincidence? I always felt like it was a wink and nod. Like I said, that whole movie is just a freaking greatest hits album of the Halloween franchise. And immediately for you to even say it, I thought the same shit when I saw it. So it goes to show you I wasn't the only one who thought it. That was a nod to fucking Wynn from Halloween 6, because they did that turn before.
They did. So, I didn't get that feeling when I watched Dr. Wynn. The turn. Sartain.
You didn't get the turn when they did the
no,
whole,
I didn't. I didn't get that feel. I mean, it could have been. I mean, if you talk to McBride and Green, I mean, maybe they say, yeah, that's what we were thinking. But I didn't.
I don't
get
think it's
that.
what they were consciously thinking. I just think some Halloween fans, it went back to the memory bank for us because we saw it in Halloween 6.
It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. Hey, listen, folks, that's going to do it for Tony and I here on episode 79 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our moderators, Frank Riker, Tabitha Shore, Darren Sands, Jason Knight. You guys are amazing. Thank you to all the super chats that came in, to the non-super chat. Sorry we couldn't get to too many non-super chat questions tonight. There were just a flood of super chats. Amazing. It looks like the winner is Todd Fayer. Todd, get in touch with Tony via Instagram. Send him a DM. Yeah, send Tony a DM, and you guys will chit-chat back and forth and work all that out. And I will put your $50, Todd, towards the Indiegogo campaign when it comes in. You are amazing, Todd. Sincerely, thank you so much. Todd Fair, of course, is also an associate producer on the It's Me, Billy movie. He chose that package as well. Todd, you are amazing. Tony, any last things you want to say here before we take off?
No, I'm good.
Tony's good. Tony is good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Tony and I will be back next Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Should be a fun night.
It's going to be a very, very fun night. And I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time for McRae Live. All right. In the meantime and in between time, we'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.